yeet. I see a lot of hot opinions already. Some may love it. Some may hate it. But Jey Uso is going to WrestleMania as he wins the men's 2025 Royal Rumble. In a shocking moment that nobody expected. What does that mean for CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? I don't know, man. Triple H may be correct, man. We're ready. We're ready for that unpredictable ride. Going into Las Vegas. Tonight was the best men's rumble since 2020, and I don't want to hear a single fucking word about it. Just serve me my old-fashioned. Tonight, we're drinking in the venue, inside my mother's basement. And when I get there, not only are we gonna eat, but I'm gonna ask on this Saturday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your 2025 Royal Rumble post show for February 1st, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you so very much for joining me on your Saturday evenings, wherever you may be. Man, you guys are absolutely on fire already. You know, the OTS community always leaves me speechless Always, man. You guys are crazy. I got to shout out my guy, David Thiering, with a $400 super chat. I can't even pull it up. The chat is going so fucking crazy. I can't even pull it up. The chat is going so crazy, man. Everybody's got something to say tonight. Everybody is excited. David, thank you so very much. I can't even read your fucking messages, man. David Thiering with a $400 super chat. Best in the world, Matt, with a $200 super chat. You guys have fucking killed it, man. David says, at last, after all the furniture throwing and complaining that Rikishi did about Jey Uso's booking, we get Jey winning the Royal Rumble. Wouldn't it be hilarious, JD, if WWE Evolve had more viewers than AEW Dynamite? I at least had a laugh at the thought. Curious to hear your thoughts on where WWE goes from here. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. And Best in the World, Matt says, called it yesterday on the SmackDown stream with Jey Uso winning the Rumble. Remember the promo from CM Punk talking about there are multiple ways to get there in the beginning of December. We're just getting started. P.S. Penta 42 minutes. How do you like them apples? Tony Khan. Thank you guys very much, man. I love the energy. Please keep that up. Keep that up. Love it, love it, love it. My favorite time of the year. It's like a national holiday for us pro wrestling fans. The Royal Rumble 2025 edition is now in the books, and clearly it has caused an uproar on social media. Some people love it, some people hate it. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble in a shocker. It came down to Jey Uso and John Cena as the final two. I don't think anybody predicted John Cena and Jey Uso as the final two in the men's Royal Rumble. And tonight, everybody's asking, why is WWE going with Jey Uso for a World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania? The answer is very simple, guys. Look at the reaction. Look at the reaction. Is Jey Uso the best pro wrestler on the planet? No. No, he's not. In fact, I think Jimmy has turned in better performances than Jey Uso, believe it or not. I thought Jimmy had a very good match with Carmelo Hayes just last night on Friday Night SmackDown, which had me asking and talking to myself, where was that Jimmy at WrestleMania last year when he wrestled his brother? I don't know. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Everybody's asking why. Well, WWE likes to toy with you. WWE likes to throw things out there to see if you grasp and hang on to it, if you catch their drift. They usually throw you a breadcrumb here and there. It's up to you if you want to take that breadcrumb and eat it. If not, it's going to lay there for the next person that picks it up and wants to eat it. Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw, this past Monday on the Go Home show, specifically said that he can beat Gunther. He's 0-3 against Gunther. He will no longer be 0-3 by the time WrestleMania 41 rolls around and we get to night one of WrestleMania. I'm telling you right now, whether you like it or not, Jey Uso is the new World Heavyweight Champion WrestleMania weekend. Jey Uso puts an end to Gunther's reign at WrestleMania 41. That's the way it's going to go down. I don't know what else you want me to say. Am I happy that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble? Of course I am. I don't know how anybody could not be happy for Jey Uso. When it came down to John Cena and Jey Uso tonight, I actually tweeted, soon as you saw both of them as the final two, I may be in the minority here, but I'm pulling for Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. Why did I feel that way? Because John Cena hasn't won a match in 7 years. He hasn't won a singles match in 7 years. John Cena should win a singles match before he starts chasing number 17. There's one story to tell, and then we can go into the story that matters. John Cena is very fortunate that he walked into 2025, into his last year, his retirement year, with 2 stories that could play out over a 12-month period. I don't understand people's mentality when they think John Cena has to win the Royal Rumble. John Cena has to win the Elimination Chamber. John Cena has to get a championship match at WrestleMania. John Cena needs to win the championship at WrestleMania. No, 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 and absolutely no. There is no rush. What is the rush? I don't really understand people's mentality when it comes to pro wrestling. Everybody wants instant gratification. You don't want to see a story play out. John Cena's chase for number 17 may be one of the biggest stories that WWE produces all year, and you want them to blow their load in the next 3 months going into WrestleMania. Good thing most of you are not booking the show. I'm glad John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble. I wish I could say the same thing for the fucking women. I wish I could say the same thing for the women. We'll get to that, because I know you guys are ready for me to shit on that. I'm glad John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble. Am I a fan of John Cena? Yes. Am I excited that he's going to be on TV this year, full-time? Absolutely. John Cena didn't need to win the Royal Rumble. John Cena's last Royal Rumble was a memorable one. You can see where John Cena's mentality is as a performer. John Cena said for years he's never lobbied for anything. He never asked for anything. He never asked to wrestle this guy. He never asked to win anything. If John Cena was a politicker this late in his career, he would have automatically went to Triple H. It's my last year. I got to win the Royal Rumble. That's the way it's got to be. You got to put me over. The man went out there and put over somebody half his fucking age. I guess not half his age. Jay's probably in his mid-30s, but a lot younger than John Cena, as John Cena is nearing 50 years old. John Cena could have easily said, I am winning the Royal Rumble. He gave that moment to Jey Uso. Why don't we start showing John Cena a little bit more appreciation instead of fucking sandbagging Jey Uso for winning the Royal Rumble? If you paid attention to the TV program, you could see where WWE possibly was going with this. And that's the best thing about this Royal Rumble. The best thing about this Royal Rumble is that there were at least 14 or 15 different roads that they could have taken. Everybody in that Royal Rumble had a reason to be there. Everybody in that Royal Rumble had a major story and a major rivalry surrounding them. A major issue, tension. That's what made the Royal Rumble so great this year. This was the best Royal Rumble, especially the men's. The best Royal Rumble for the men's since 2020. That was it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you hated it. I don't care. A lot of people don't like this year's Rumble because their favorites didn't win the Royal Rumble. A lot of people in this chat are going to look at me side-eyed. I don't believe he's saying that. I don't believe JD is saying that. He's going to glaze this show. I ain't glazing shit. I'm just being upfront and honest with you. A lot of people are not going to like this Royal Rumble because CM Punk didn't win it. A lot of people are not going to like this Royal Rumble because Roman Reigns didn't win it. A lot of people are not going to like this Royal Rumble because John Cena didn't win it. Too bad. Tough shit. John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, predictable, predictable, predictable. Predictable's not bad, but predictable is going to leave a bad taste in our mouth, and it's going to lessen the excitement going into WrestleMania. I would rather them give me a dose of unpredictability. That goes a long way. Just like a dose of pepper or garlic powder or onion powder in the tomato sauce, man, goes a long way to up the flavor of your Sunday afternoon pasta sauce. I think it's great. Would it be my first choice? No. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they made the wrong decision, that he doesn't deserve it, and it wasn't a great moment. It was a great moment. He deserves it, and he's going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not expecting Jey Uso to go on a fucking 600-day Gunther Intercontinental title reign with the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm expecting WWE to have Jey Uso carry the brand through the spring, maybe some of the summer, sell a shit ton of merchandise, make them fucking money, and then drop the title to whomever is next. Could be anybody. I don't know. Could be Punk. Could be McIntyre. Could be Seth Rollins. Who the fuck knows? A little less complaining and a little bit more excitement for what, even still, after tonight, is an unpredictable WrestleMania season. Jey Uso versus Gunther, we got that solidified. Charlotte versus, the rumor is, Tiffany Stratton. I've seen some people say that Rhea Ripley and Charlotte in a rematch is the way to go. No, we're not doing that. Tiffany and Charlotte. Charlotte's going on SmackDown. Charlotte doesn't need to be on Monday Night Raw, even though I wouldn't be surprised because they love Charlotte, the A player, the star player on Monday night, being that they're on Netflix now. I could see that happening. But I do think that Charlotte's going back to SmackDown, and I do think the rumors are true. I do think Charlotte's going to be wrestling Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. Outside that, I don't really know who Tiffany's going to be wrestling at WrestleMania because most of the other women are taken up by another storyline, and there isn't another top-tier female on SmackDown to give Tiffany the WrestleMania match that show deserves. So Charlotte is probably going to fit in there for Tiffany Stratton. So those are two realistic options for WrestleMania as we now exit the Royal Rumble and go into the Elimination Chamber. There was a moment in this Rumble, we'll talk about it when we get to the review. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, John Cena, and Seth Rollins, they basically all waited for whoever was going to come out next, and it ended up being Seth Rollins. There was just a moment where time stopped, and you saw all the sheer star power in this men's Rumble. That was a great fucking moment. The unpredictability, the breakdown of what happened, the surprise of what happened. Logan Paul ended up eliminating CM Punk after he eliminated both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at the same time. Only for Rollins to, from my vantage point, turn heel. Finally, he just snapped. He turned. Tonight was the official turn for Seth Rollins. He curb stomped Roman Reigns. He brawled with CM Punk. I don't know where they're going with any of these guys. I don't. SmackDown, theoretically now, might get the chamber, being that Jey Uso is going to choose Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know how the Elimination Chamber is going to be constructed. Is it going to be just SmackDown? Is it going to be a mixture of Raw and SmackDown? I don't know. Is CM Punk going to cash in his favor now because CM Punk feels like he got fucked over in the Royal Rumble? Is he going to cash in a WrestleMania main event and ask Paul Heyman to cash in that favor as he gets Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? I don't know. Are we looking at a Logan Paul versus CM Punk WrestleMania? I know a lot of people are looking at that as a potential now after what happened tonight because CM Punk kind of low-key buried Logan Paul in that promo with Kevin Owens on Friday Night SmackDown last night. Are we going to get CM Punk and Logan Paul? I don't know why that would be an option, but after tonight, it could be. I think that's on the bottom end of things when we talk about WrestleMania, but the possibility slightly is there as Rollins and Reigns potentially could be going one-on-one at WrestleMania. Where that leaves Sami Zayn in all this, I have no idea. No idea. Drew McIntyre got unceremoniously eliminated tonight. That shit pissed me the fuck off. That shit pissed me off. He got eliminated and they brushed it over like it was nothing. I think Drew McIntyre deserves a lot better. I don't really know where he goes into WrestleMania. I don't. The men's Rumble had a lot coming out of it. Being that we're now going into the chamber, I could absolutely see the Elimination Chamber being a star-studded affair with both Raw and SmackDown getting involved. I could see Reigns in the chamber. I could see Punk in the chamber. I could see Cena in the chamber. I could see Logan Paul in the chamber. I could see Rollins and McIntyre in the chamber. Again, I don't know. You would think that with Jey choosing the Raw champion, that SmackDown would need a SmackDown star to wrestle Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Again, we don't really know. The transfer window is supposed to close by Monday. That's it. We may get some moves before then. We don't really know. We'll talk about the men. I thought the men's match was better booked than the women. I thought the men's match was better booked than the women. The reason why I say that is because I feel like the women, through most of the match, had at least 13 to 14 bodies in the ring at all times before Nia Jax comically eliminated 6 or 7 women at the same fucking time. Because they were all kind of hanging over the top rope at one point, and she just dumped everybody out. I hated that. I absolutely hated that spot. There were a couple of stars in that pile that just made me hold my head and be like, oh no. And you do a spot like that, seeing who was left in the ring, it just made the match so fucking predictable. So predictable. Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble is fucking embarrassing. Just gonna flat out say it. Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble is fucking absolutely one of the worst decisions that the company could have ever made. And you could understand the growing sentiment online complaining about Charlotte coming back. Not like anybody should be surprised. Charlotte coming back and winning the Royal Rumble after being out a year and a half. I mean, it's fucking comical. It is fucking comical. There's a reason why people complain. From one administration to the next, nothing changes. You wasted a women's Royal Rumble for 30 spots to give Charlotte a win when she hasn't wrestled a fucking match. Of all the women in that match, that was the best option? Ridiculous. We're going to complain about it. I'm going to save my venom for when we talk about it. The women's match, I felt like, might have been second or the best women's Royal Rumble that they've done in 8 years. I don't really know if it was the best, but I do think compared to the last several years, this was definitely the best women's Rumble that we've seen, at least in the last 5 years. The star power in this Rumble was fucking tremendous. The only downside to the women's Rumble was Charlotte winning the women's Rumble, and WWE had 13 to 14 bodies in there at the same time, whereas the men, it was a little bit more, I would say, streamlined. There was a good 6 or 7 people in the Rumble. Eliminations happened at the right time. When it got too big and too heavy with bodies, there were eliminations one after the other, and we got back to a normal pace, a normal number. Wasn't too overwhelming. And things kind of just flowed nicely from beginning to end in the men's Rumble. I just felt like the women had way too many bodies in there at one given time, and there was no real structure, and they saved everything for Nia Jax to have her eliminate 6 or 7 people at the same time. Kevin Owens. He and Cody Rhodes had probably one of the best ladder matches, one of the most brutal ladder matches, one of the best and violent ladder matches in forever, especially a one-on-one ladder match. It is so hard to recreate what a ladder match should be. They didn't do anything fancy. They didn't go out there and try and do the fucking most wicked, insane shit off the ladder. These two brought an animosity and hatred for each other with their storyline into this match, and the match played out exactly as it should. The ladder was a compliment to both Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. The ladder was not the star of the show. The hatred that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes had for each other in the storyline that we've gotten for the last couple of months was front and center the star of the show. And by that, that's what makes a ladder match. We'll talk about that. I thought that was great. Kevin Owens is a fantastic storyteller. Cody Rhodes, one of the best storytellers in the business. His title reign might have been mid up until this point, but now you can see him slowly just changing himself going into this year's WrestleMania. DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, a decent match that was better fit for television, that was largely forgotten by the end of the night. We'll get into that. All in all, the 2025 Royal Rumble for WWE, the first PLE of 2025, absolutely delivered. It delivered on unpredictability. It delivered on emotion. It delivered on story. It delivered on excitement. And the road to WrestleMania is off and running. Whether you like it or not, this is only the first exit. We got all of February, all of March, and half of April. It is going to be a fun ride. Let's enjoy it. Thank you guys for joining me on this Saturday night. We're going to get into the breakdown of these matches. We got 6,200 people inside the chat. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys very much, man. January was the best January that we've ever had outside of last year. And the only reason why we didn't top last year's January is because the Royal Rumble did not happen in January this year. But quickly, we'll get into the review. I got to do my spiel. Follow me on social media at JD206. We're about to hit 61,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you to everybody that's just found the page. Thank you to everybody that has followed. I really appreciate you guys. Hit that subscribe button down below. Tonight, if we're lucky, we may hit 166,000 subscribers on the channel. Thank you guys very much. I also have a second channel where clips go up there almost daily. Make sure you guys go and follow that YouTube channel, JD from NY Shorts. It is down in the description. Go and check that out. Hit that thumbs up. We're already over 1,000 likes. We're on our way to 1,500 likes. The goal tonight is 2,000 likes. Do it. It helps us out, and it puts us in the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the Royal Rumble. Every comment helps us out in the algorithm. Go check out the content on the homepage. We were busy this week, and it's only going to get busier. If you guys are new around here, you might not know. We stream almost weekly, daily, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and every weekend where there's a PLE. And we got a little show on Tuesday nights called Tuesday Night Titans. It is me, myself, and the one and only Solomonster on Tuesday nights. The best two-man podcast in the IWC, without question. We're killing it on Tuesday nights. Anywhere between 40 and 50,000 views. Our audience retention per viewer is near 50 minutes. There's no one in the internet wrestling community that is holding your attention longer than us two on Tuesday nights. So go check that out. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Magic Mind. MagicMind.com/JDJAN. 45% off Magic Mind bundles. Go and get yours today. We'll talk about them a little bit later on in the show. I got to shout out my guy, Steven Vitkow in the chat. Abseekin in the house. My 8-year-old Peanut says hi. Steven, what's up, brother? Love Abseekin. Love the Jersey Shore. Love Atlantic City. I used to live in Galloway. I lived in Galloway for many years, brother. Atlantic City's my home away from home, my second home. So shout out to you and Peanut, and thank you for being in the chat. Let's start this Royal Rumble review. I told you, man, the chat is crazy. Some of you were saying the worst Royal Rumble ever. I mean, I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what you watched. Certainly wasn't the worst Royal Rumble ever. Oh, my goodness. What the fuck is going on here, dude? What the fuck is going on here? Holy shit. Oh, my goodness. I'm about to close the fucking chat down, to be quite honest with you. You guys are really pissing me off. Blaze Anime! Oh, my goodness. He's got a $10,000 rupee super chat all the way from India. Cheers to Off the Script, JD, and good morning from India. Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. I may go members only. I see any more fucking bullshit in the chat. I may go members only. You guys are pissing me off. Clearly, these people watched Collision, and then they skipped out on the Royal Rumble. That's what they did. Let's start at the top. The Women's Royal Rumble was the first thing to start us off tonight. Io Sky entered the Women's Rumble first. There went my pick. It was very, very unlikely that Io would win the Women's Royal Rumble from the first position. She'd have to pull a Ric Flair in 1992. Liv Morgan entered number 2. So we got basically what was the rematch from December 14th, Saturday night's main event, when Liv was still the Women's World Champion. Saturday night's main event took place on Long Island on December 14th. That was the women's championship match on that show. They went back and forth for a little bit. Not much happened. Roxanne Perez up from NXT. This was Roxanne's official main roster call-up. Where she goes, I don't know. But being that Bayley is now on Monday night, I'm assuming Roxanne is going to be on Monday night. Roxanne and Bayley are telling a story right now, as I do think that, I don't know where the platform was or when the interview took place, but Bayley did say that she would love to be the first woman to give Roxanne Perez her first WrestleMania match. And WWE is clearly on the road to potentially doing that, because we have a match taking place at Vengeance Day. It's going to be Roxanne, Bayley, and Julia in a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, I'm assuming neither Bayley or Roxanne are going to win that championship, but it looks like that feud could get carried over to Monday Night Raw, and I would love to see, if Bayley is not going to be factored into any championship matches at WrestleMania, a one-on-one match with a nice story to it, you know, tension, some heat to it between two of the ladies. I think not only will that be good for the women's division, because it would take the eyes away from the championship on something else, it would also give Roxanne Perez a solid footing getting called up from NXT to the main roster. So I like that move a lot, and I hope that is the case. Roxanne and Bayley rumored potentially for WrestleMania. Roxanne was fucking great in this Royal Rumble. It came down to Roxanne Perez at the end, and I was fucking pulling for her, man. I swear to God, I was pulling for her. I'm like, please, anybody but Charlotte. I would have taken Nikki Bella over fucking Charlotte. That's how badly I didn't want Charlotte to win the Royal Rumble. Roxanne Perez, she had a fucking career night, man. I love her so much. She is so good, and she lasted all the way to the final two. Imagine your first Royal Rumble out at the number 3 Ric Flair position, and you make it all the way to the end, and you're staring down Charlotte Flair in your first Women's Royal Rumble, man. If that's not a career fucking moment for her, I don't know what will be a career moment for her. Unbelievable. So she was out at number 3. She came in a house on fire, Russian leg sweeps, DDTs. Lyra, Bird Girl, Valkyria, she came out at number 4. She is the current Women's Intercontinental Champion. She hasn't really done much with that title, or I should say, Creative hasn't done much with Lyra as the Intercontinental Champion. There was a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction with Lyra Valkyria. She was in there, house on fire. The wardrobe that was attached, her top around her neck, disengaged, and Liv Morgan came over and Liv Morgan gave 0 fucks about Lyra having a wardrobe malfunction, man. I'm sure most of the men sitting in the front row wouldn't have minded, but Liv came over and legitimately gave 0 fucks that she was having a wardrobe malfunction, fucking blasted Lyra. Lyra was forced to go to the outside. They did not put the camera on Lyra until she fixed the problem, which thankfully they did. One of the other senior officials came over, one of the lady officials came over, and she fixed and helped Lyra with the wardrobe malfunction. Then she got back in there. Fucking crazy. So, all you Liv Morgan stands out there, man, how much are you standing tonight that she did that to Lyra? So, I'm glad that that got taken care of. Chelsea Green came out at number 5. Chelsea took her sweet time getting to the ring. She just kind of soaked up the moment. Took forever to get out there. She threw everybody over the top rope. One. Lyra over the top. Roxanne over the top. Io over the top. And she celebrated anyway. She eliminated nobody, but she celebrated. So everybody kind of came back into the ring, and they beat up Chelsea Green. B-Fab came out at number 6. Ivy Nile came out at number 7. Nile came in there suplexing everybody. Double German to Perez and Chelsea Green. And the crowd started to chant, "You suck. You suck," because that's the theme for American Made. You suck. Zoe Stark came in at number 8. Morgan almost eliminated Chelsea Green. Crowd obviously was pro-Chelsea in Indianapolis, so they reacted accordingly because they didn't want Chelsea to get eliminated. So Liv is trying to eliminate Chelsea, and out at number 9 is Lash Legend, who everybody is seemingly high on. I'm not there yet, but we've seen little glimmers and little glimpses of Lash Legend on the main roster with Jakara Jackson as a tag team. They wrestled Bianca and Naomi. They wrestled Damage Control. They were even featured on a Saudi pay-per-view in a Fatal 4-Way last year. So the company is very high on Lash Legend, and you could see why. She's built like a fucking tank. She's athletic. She's got that look that WWE likes for their current WWE superstar. Athletic, big. You know, she can move around the ring. She's very marketable. So WWE is going to be pushing her to the moon when the time is right. She's not there yet at all. But the best thing about watching people grow is the journey that they take from stage 1 all the way to making it to the main roster and getting that moment. So we'll see if that happens for Lash Legend. I'm not there yet. Some of you guys might be there before me or anybody else, but she's in at number 9. She ran wild until B-Fab and Legend knocked each other down with big boots. So we had a double down in the Royal Rumble. Green, Chelsea Green, had the first elimination by tossing out B-Fab, and Chelsea got a big pop. So everybody, again, is pro-Chelsea. Chelsea, by the way, is the Women's United States Champion. Also, creative, not doing much for that championship, as both mid-card championships in the women's division seemingly feel insignificant after they have already been introduced. A couple of months now that they've been introduced, nothing going on. Nothing going on. Hopefully that change is going into WrestleMania. Bianca Belair came in at number 10, so we're 1/3 of the way through here. Bianca entered at number 10, and she comes and does the 10 corner punches. Someone, I believe, tried to come over and interrupt, and she tried to flip Bianca over the top rope, and Shayna comes in at number 11, and then we get Lyra Valkyria. She's eliminated by Ivy Nile. So you can clearly see where they're going with this. This is not a surprise to anybody watching the show. You know, it's pretty pathetic, honestly. Maybe that's too harsh of a word. It's pretty sad that Lyra won the Intercontinental Championship. This is the Workhorse Championship, the championship that's going to be defended more so than any other title, the Fighting Championship or the Fighting Women's Championship. Right, that's what it was for the men. Gunther brought prestige, the proper prestige, back to the Intercontinental Championship, 666 days. And Lyra came in at number 3, and by number 11, Lyra was already eliminated. I didn't really understand that move. Why? Why is Lyra eliminated so quickly, but Chelsea's still on the Royal Rumble? I get Chelsea's more over than Lyra, But shouldn't Lyra get just as much rub as Chelsea's getting as the United States champion, as Lyra is the Intercontinental champion? I mean, I didn't want her in the Final Four. I didn't want her there at the end. But, I mean, give the fucking women 20, 25 minutes. What are you doing? How am I supposed to take Lyra Valkyria serious as the Intercontinental champion if she can't even last 10 minutes in the Royal Rumble? I just found that to be a little bizarre. So she entered at number 4, and she got eliminated. Goodbye. By number 11, she was gone. Bayley comes in at number 12. By the way, Ivy Nile eliminating Lyra is certainly going to set up a title match because they were teasing that on Monday Night Raw the last couple of weeks. Ivy Nile said, I'm coming for that title. Chad Gable even said that she's coming for that title and she's going to win it for me. Us. She's going to win it for herself. Chad Gable's going to see that Ivy Nile wins the Intercontinental title. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm still predicting Lyra and Becky at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. That hopefully will get Lyra to the next level. Right now, creative isn't really doing much of anything for Lyra. Bayley in at number 12. She had a face-off with Io Sky, being that they are former Damage Control stablemates. Pure Fusion, Insomnia, Garbage Collective. They're out there. So we got Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler, all in the ring. Sonya comes out at number 13. I don't even remember the last time Sonya Deville actually wrestled a one-on-one match on Monday Night Raw, but here she is. So she's out there, and the Pure Fusion, Garbage, Insomnia, Bed Bath & Beyond, Buy Me a Pillow Collective, Memory Foam Collective is out there in full. Maxine Dupree comes in at number 14. This was a waste of a spot. I'm sorry. I mean, why is Maxine? Listen, I don't want to sit here and shit on Maxine. Listen, I could sit here and say, sure, she's trying. She's trying. But to me, you guys want me to be honest with you. I never want to be dishonest with you. This is a waste of a spot. This is a waste of a spot. She's in there. She does her reverse caterpillar. She does whatever she's got to do. She's throwing her kicks around. She's very long-legged. She gets eliminated in about 2 minutes. This is a waste of a spot. I would have taken anybody else in this spot. I would have taken Lola Vice. I would have taken Sol Ruka. I would have taken Fallon Henley. I mean, somebody. Not like any of those women were going to win. It's just, just as far as name value to the Women's Royal Rumble, I just feel like this was just a woman out there, sent out there to get eliminated and provide nothing to this match. Every spot should provide something to the match. This did not. Maxine's out there, number 4. Dupree was confronted by Ivy Nile because Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile are former friends. Ivy Nile and the Alpha Academy, American Made, and the Alpha Academy once together. Now they're not. So they got problems with each other. Dupree got the best of her. Pure Fusion, Bed Bath & Beyond, Memory Foam Pillow Collective cut her off before she could try the reverse caterpillar. Everybody else took out Pure Fusion, Garbage, Bed Bath & Beyond Collective. So Dupree hit the caterpillar. Dupree eliminated Ivy Nile, and then the Garbage Collective eliminated Maxine Dupree. So there you go. Naomi, she comes out at number 15. One half of the women's tag team champions. Naomi and Belair eliminated Zoe Stark. So now it's only Sonya Deville left from Garbage Collective in the Royal Rumble. Bayley and Io double team eliminated Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. Goodbye. So all of the Garbage Collective was taken out for Trash Day. Goodbye. Don't know how you're going to have them rule the women's division when they can barely collection themselves to own the Women's Royal Rumble. You would think that if all 3 are in there working together, that they'd own the ring. They own nothing. Great. Is anybody going to buy them as a serious threat in the women's division? The answer is no. No, they will not. Jada Parker, up from NXT, enters at number 16. I'm sure there's a couple of Jada Parker fans in the chat, huh? It is not difficult to see why. Jada Parker's out there. Parker, Lash Legend, Bianca, and Naomi all teamed up on Chelsea Green. They were all looking at each other. They were all having a good time. They all stood in a circle. It was a club. They formed their own little Royal Rumble club. Chelsea Green, comically, and this is why people love Chelsea Green, she starts dancing. She gets in the circle with all four of these women looking at each other. It's like they're all at the coffee shop sipping on some coffee and spilling the tea on all the gossip, right? Chelsea just kind of interjects herself and starts dancing in the circle with all four of these women. Crowd booed because she got beat up. Legend booted Parker by mistake, and Chelsea Green eliminated Lash Legend. So this is her second elimination. That got a big pop because everybody's pro Chelsea Green. Piper Niven comes in at number 17. This is where things got a little sticky. I don't know if this is going to play into her losing the championship, but it certainly could be that. Because Chelsea, being that she's been targeted most of this match, I'm assuming because she's the United States champion and people want the right to claim a title shot against Chelsea Green, she waited for Piper Niven to come out and get to ringside. So she pulled one of the smarter moves that one could do in the Royal Rumble. She walked through the bottom rope and stood on the apron. So nobody could toss her out over the top rope, or if they push her out, she can't get eliminated because she didn't go over the top rope. So Piper Niven gets down there, and Chelsea is like, oh my God, my Secret Service has arrived. My backup has arrived. So Piper Niven gets in at number 17. She is doing Chelsea's work. Chelsea is playing the cowardly heel here. She's hiding behind Piper Niven as she's throwing people around. It comes to a situation where Green gets tossed over the top rope and lands on the apron. Piper Niven ran the ropes, and she inadvertently knocked Chelsea Green off the apron and eliminated Chelsea Green by accident. Chelsea Green screaming from the outside, how could you? How could you? Piper Niven, I'm sorry. So I don't know what's going to happen there. It could be the beginning stages of Chelsea losing that Women's United States Championship. I never looked at her holding the championship for an extended period of time. I do think that whoever wins the championship next is going to be somebody during this WrestleMania season. But Piper Niven inadvertently eliminates Chelsea Green. Oh my goodness. Jerry Ramey with a $100 super chat. He says, sick with the flu, and I have a bout of food poisoning. JD, your reviews are taking my mind off of it. I appreciate you, boss. Get well, brother. Get well. I'm glad you're in the chat on this Saturday night. We were all wishing you well, and hopefully by the time I'm back streaming on Monday, you are back to good health, man. Thank you very much for your generosity, and enjoy the rest of the review, man. Hopefully, Jerry Ramey has a hot beverage, or if he has food poisoning, maybe he can't keep anything down, but if you can, bro, a hot tea, nice chamomile tea on this chilly Saturday night goes a long way, brother. That's what I'm going to be doing when I finish this stream. Nice glass of chamomile tea, and right off to bed I go. Thank you, brother. So, Piper Niven eliminates Chelsea Green by accident. Crowd booed. Natalya comes in at number 18. Natalya looks great. Natalya is the OG of the Women's Rumble. Every Rumble that we've had, Natalya's been in it. Not surprising at all. Not a surprising statistic whatsoever. Natalya's in at number 18. Jordynne Grace graces us with her presence at number 19. She got a great reaction. Her graphic labeled her as a former TNA Knockouts champion. Speaking of the graphics on this show, I got to mention this because I didn't mention it in the beginning. I'm going to mention it here. WWE did a great job with the presentation of the Royal Rumble. All through the women's and men's Royal Rumble, we got an ESPN-like sports ticker at the bottom of the screen showing you what number is coming up, how many eliminations we've had so far, how many people were in the ring, how the statistics were for each woman, how long certain people were in the match, who had the longest time in the Rumble, who's been eliminated, what number they came out at. I mean, any statistic you wanted to know about the Royal Rumble, this ticker at the bottom of the screen during the women's and men's Rumble, they gave you every detail that one could possibly want for the Royal Rumble. Excellent addition to both Royal Rumbles. Love it. Vince didn't like any of that stuff. Vince loathed a sports presentation for the WWE. Now that we're in the TKO era, the Nick Khan era, Triple H era, that UFC-style presentation, those analytics that sports fans go nutty over, I love it. I think that's great. Didn't take away from anything. I like knowing that type of thing. I'm like, oh, shit, EO is still in this thing at 30 minutes. Oh, so-and-so had this many eliminations. Oh, look, there's been X amount of people in the ring, and X number of people have already been eliminated. I think that's great. Man, you guys are going crazy in the chat. Posh Bertie in the chat. Best Rumble in years. You can't be serious, JD. I'm sorry, did you watch the wrong show? I know Tony Khan's got you all brainwashed, but did you watch Collision instead of the Royal Rumble? Because clearly you didn't watch the Royal Rumble. Why don't you sit there and watch me do my job? If you don't think it was a good Royal Rumble, you go and have your own fucking post show with 6,500 people. Oh, that's right. That's right. You can't. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Fucking ridiculous. One more outburst like that. I'm closing the chat down and making it members only. Jordan Grace. Grace is us with her presence at number 19. She looks fucking great. Love Jordan Grace. Love Jordan Grace. She handed out clotheslines to everybody. Perez, she's in there. She went toe-to-toe with Jordan Grace. She did spend some time in NXT, so they are quite familiar with each other. Grace eliminated Jada Parker. I know some of the chat might have been disappointed with that maneuver, but she eliminated Jada Parker. Grace got Niven easily on her shoulders and hit a fucking Finley roll. Looked more like a Death Valley driver, rolling Death Valley driver. But, my God, man, that got a holy shit chant, man. Jordan Grace is fucking great. She's going to be so good on the main roster, man. Instant elevation of the women's division with her on Monday or Friday. I think she goes to Raw. She's going to fucking kill it, man. She's going to kill it. So Jordan Grace eliminates Jada Parker, gets Piper Niven in a rolling DVD. Grace hugged Naomi because they have some history from TNA. So, as Grace hugged Naomi, or I should say Naomi hugged Grace, Bianca took offense to this. She asked, what are you doing? This is the enemy. You got me here. We're supposed to win this Royal Rumble. So Belair took offense to this. She tried to eliminate Jordan Grace, but Grace held on. And out at number 20 comes Michin. She's out at number 20. She didn't really do much of anything. She didn't really get a reaction at all. Number 21 got a monster reaction. Alexa Bliss is back in WWE at number 21. She got probably one of the biggest reactions of the entire night, man. People went fucking crazy for Alexa Bliss. She came out very Wyatt-inspired. She came out dressed kind of similar to Lily the Doll. She had Lily the Doll. WWE's gonna fucking sell a shit ton of Lily the Dolls. I was hoping that she would come back as the goddess Alexa Bliss. I think that is the best character for her at this stage of the game. I kind of want her removed from the Wyatt universe, but all rumors are pointing to Alexa getting involved with the Wyatt universe. She got a massive pop. She looked great. She looked genuinely happy to be back. The fans responded in a very similar fashion. Everybody was excited to see her back. Michael Cole and the commentary team tonight, they indirectly, or I guess if you want to say directly, shit on Fightful and The Observer. And they mentioned that, oh, I thought the internet said she wasn't coming back. Oh, I thought the internet said she wasn't going to be here. And then Pat McAfee says, don't read the dirt sheets, Michael Cole. I don't know who said it. I think Fightful had reported late in the day that Alexa Bliss was slated for the Royal Rumble. PW Insider, I think, said something as well. I said it on a video yesterday. I said, no matter what the contract dispute is, Alexa's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I knew she would be there. It would be foolish for WWE not to return Alexa in the Royal Rumble. And that's exactly what they did. Nothing is going to keep both of these parties apart. And the report happened earlier in the week, and we've seen deals and negotiations come about in the near 12th hour with a lot of other people. So why couldn't it be done with Alexa Bliss? It would be foolish for WWE not to get a deal done, get her in the Royal Rumble, which obviously got a monster pop, and then get her back on WWE television. Any woman like Alexa Bliss, with the star power of Alexa Bliss, added to that division is only going to help the division and help the show. So I'm glad that she's back in that sense. Am I the biggest Alexa fan? No, I'm not. But I know the value that she does add to the division. She wore black and red, had the pink highlights in her hair. She came in there, did her signature spots, that little cringy double knee thing that she does, and then she flips backward with the double knees. Signature Alexa Bliss, said Michael Cole. She laid out Bayley with everybody giving her a standing ovation, and she posed for them. Zelina Vega came out at number 22. She gave Jordynne Grace a code red off the top rope, and we got the amazing Red plug. Shout out to Red, the innovator of innovators, and the cousin of Zelina Vega. So she came out and did the code red, which looked brutal on Jordynne Grace. Candice LeRae came out to 0 pop at number 23. I'll tell you who's going to get a pop. We got my guy in the chat with a $100 super chat. For Real Terrell with a $100 super chat. A For Real bomb for the best in the IWC. Keep up the great work. Let's run it up, OTS family. Love it. You guys are the reason why I'm here, bro. Everybody in this chat, thank you. 6,600 people tonight on the Royal Rumble post, man. Thank you guys very much. We got 1,800 likes. Can we get to 2,500 likes tonight? That's the new goal. Let's keep that same energy going, man. Candice LeRae got 0 reaction when she came out. Number 24, man. My favorite. Stephanie Vaquer entered at number 24. She got a very nice reaction. She looks great. She is in the Royal Rumble. Glad she made her Rumble appearance. Her first Rumble appearance. And she drew a good number, too. She looked good in there, man. You could take her out of NXT right now and put her on the main roster, and she would fucking kill it on the main roster. Love it. Absolutely love it. Trish Stratus came out at number 25, man. As soon as Alexa came in there, things started to pick up. The match was a little slow to start, and as soon as we got Jordynne Grace out there, Alexa Bliss out there, Stephanie Vaquer was out there, Trish Stratus is out there, things and business was picking up in the Women's Royal Rumble. Big reaction for Trish. She beat up Natalya, gave the double bulldog spot to Candice LeRae and Jordynne Grace. Piper Niven ran Stratus over with a big tackle. There were 15 people at this point. I put in the notes. 15 people in the Women's Royal Rumble at this point of the match. Just a little bit too much. There should have been at least half of that number in the Women's Rumble. I'll get to why I think that they did that in just a second. So we had 15 people in the Rumble. So I'm assuming two things here. One, I was thinking, man, that's a lot of women in the Royal Rumble. I hope that we start seeing eliminations. And B, I was assuming that we would start seeing eliminations very quickly after this, because 15 is a lot of fucking people. You know, I never liked that many people in the Royal Rumble at any given time. I think that's a lot. That's overwhelming. Elimination should have been happening a little bit more frequently in the Women's Rumble, and the number 15 should have been cut in half at least. Should have been 7 or 8, not 15. Raquel Rodriguez, she came out at number 25. She got no reaction. I don't know what she was wearing either. She looked ridiculous. Liv Morgan eliminated Natalya with a code breaker off the apron. So Natalya, she did not last long in there at all. She entered at number 18 and was gone by number 26. Is Natalya going to do any better in 2025? It doesn't look like it. Though I could see her win an Intercontinental Championship, and I would not hate that. I think that would be great. The crowd booed, and then out comes number 27. Number 27 went to the Android, who's got a new firmware update, who updated her Windows 10 to Windows 11, and she's got antivirus installed for 2025. She's got the new NVIDIA 5090 or whatever the fuck it is, gaming card in her computer. She's ready to go, bro. She's got everything updated to the latest tech. She is ready to go. Charlotte Flair enters at number 27. Gee, I wonder who's going to win the Rumble at number 27. Of all spots, they gave Charlotte the one spot that has yielded the most winners in the Royal Rumble. Gee, I wonder who the fuck's going to win the Royal Rumble. She got fireworks. She came out with her robe, and I mean, this woman, I swear to God, chat, this woman walked down the aisle in the most nonchalant, no sense of urgency type of way. She walked down the aisle and just took in the moment as if she knew, I don't have to rush to get to the ring. I'm going to end up winning it. What the fuck do I got to rush down there for? She walked down the aisle as if she already won the Royal Rumble. Who the fuck was going to win the Royal Rumble? Oh, my goodness, man. We got my guy. He always shows up, man, like a fucking phantom. 67, a $100 super chat. Looking forward to seeing how storylines play out. The road to WrestleMania is looking somewhat familiar. Not a fan of Jey, but he's so fucking over. Cheers, JD and the chat. Phantom, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Jey Uso has his detractors. But you got to understand why WWE did what they did tonight. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not going to sit here and say it was my first choice. I don't think anybody really predicted Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. If you did, you're bullshitting yourself. But you could see why they did what they did. And they want a WrestleMania moment. WrestleMania is about moments. And that moment's going to be big for Jey Uso when he beats Gunther for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Charlotte Flair comes out at number 27. She got fireworks. She walked in the most narcissistic way down the aisle. She wore this ugly-looking, sparkly red outfit that looked a little too big for her. She looked ridiculous. She had a silver knee brace, obviously, because she tore basically every ligament in her leg. She comes in, she runs wild with these over-the-top chops. I don't know what the fuck these were. I mean, she was like fucking having a stroke while chopping everybody in the middle of the ring, man. It's like she was chopping the fucking sky, just throwing chops up in the air. Took out Michin, eliminated Michin almost immediately. Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace tried to deliver a vertical double suplex, and Charlotte reversed into a double DDT. She then eliminates Piper Niven. So right out of the gate, the android works her way up to 2 eliminations. This one surprised me. Julia enters at number 28. Julia is the NXT Women's Champion. She beat Roxanne Perez at New Year's Eve earlier in January, and she's in at number 28. I did not expect Julia to be in the Royal Rumble. I expected at least one of the 2 big guns from NXT. It was either Stephanie Vaquer or Julia. One only I thought was going to be in the Rumble. They were both in the Rumble, and they actually both had a stare down in the Rumble. Now, she didn't really get much of a reaction because I don't really think people know a lot about Julia, but, I mean, if you like EO, you're going to enjoy Julia's work. She eliminated Jordynne Grace with a headbutt and a knee strike and knocked Jordynne Grace off the apron. The crowd booed because Jordynne Grace... I thought Jordynne Grace would be there towards the very end. She got eliminated here, and the crowd booed Julia eliminating Jordynne, who now updated her WWE Twitter account or her profile on X to say WWE Superstar. So it is official. It is official. We knew it was official. And she trolled everybody saying, I'm not going to be at the Royal Rumble. I got to celebrate my mom's birthday. She was absolutely always slated for the Royal Rumble. Nice troll job. So, crowd booed Jordynne Grace getting eliminated. Stephanie and Julia faced off, and they wound up teaming together. Now, that would have been great to see them towards the end as well, using both of their talents together to own the ring. That didn't really last long. A brawl broke out, and out at number 29 comes Nia Jax. Zelina Vega was on the apron. So Nia Jax yanked her out of the ring and eliminated... I mean, she wasn't even in the ring yet. And she eliminated Zelina Vega. I'm not sure if that's legal. I mean, does that constitute as a legal elimination? She didn't even get in the ring yet. She just yanked her off the apron. I guess it does. I don't know. Stratus eliminated Candice LeRae. Goodbye. Nia Jax tried to powerbomb Trish Stratus. Stratus hit a very nice-looking Hurricanrana on Nia Jax. LeRae already eliminated. She tried to assist and help Nia Jax eliminating Stratus, and the crowd booed. So goodbye, Trish Stratus. Out at number 30. I know I'm not alone here. Out at number 30, I thought this was going to go to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch reportedly wasn't even in the building for the Royal Rumble. Genuinely surprised that Becky Lynch did not enter the Royal Rumble. But the way that I look at it is, if they basically built this entire match for Charlotte to win it, what good would Becky Lynch do coming out at number 30? Now, there's got to be some real life animosity or competitiveness there. Because if I'm Becky, let's think about this in a humanized way. Let's think about it in a humanized way. If number 30 rolls around and we haven't seen Becky Lynch yet, and Charlotte's out there at number 27, and she's already kind of owning the ring, and they built this Royal Rumble up for Charlotte to win it. If Becky came out at number 30, what good would that do Becky Lynch? If I'm Becky Lynch, I'm saying, I'm not going out at number 30. What the fuck? I got to go out there at number 30 and get eliminated by this fucking broad? Come on, man. I'm not having that happen to myself. So WWE, what they did here is they gave Alexa the spot, the surprise spot, the return. They gave Charlotte, which we already knew she was in the Rumble, number 27 and the win. And they're probably going to save Becky Lynch for something else so she can stand on her own and get that own pop for herself away from Charlotte. And more than likely, Charlotte's going to retreat back to SmackDown and Becky's going to be on Monday Night Raw. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying there may be a contract dispute. WWE's already got Becky Lynch locked down. There's no contract dispute. There's no discrepancy on money. WWE strictly said Charlotte's winning. Becky doesn't really fit here. We'll give Becky her own moment and a Raw return. Charlotte could go to SmackDown, and we'll keep them both separate. That's it. It's a very political move, but a smart one if you're both women. For sure. So out at number 30 was Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is back. She got somewhat of a decent reaction. It wasn't the Alexa Bliss type reaction, but she got a decent reaction. So, like I said, everybody was expecting Becky Lynch, and everyone in this moment, she got into the ring, and she had a face-to-face with Nia Jax. Everybody at this time, when Nikki Bella got into the ring to face Nia Jax face-to-face, everybody got up, and they all ganged up on Nia Jax. She knocked everyone down. She did the bowling pin spot where everybody kind of jumped on her. She kind of jumped out of the pile of bodies, and everybody goes comically flying, and she screams in this animalistic type of way. So she knocks everybody down, and then several moments later, there's this spot towards the aisleway. And comically, you just see bodies going over the top rope. You see bodies going over the top rope. Everybody's hanging on. Everybody's trying to eliminate each other at this point. We got a bunch of people on the apron. Stephanie Vaquer. Io is still in there. Io Sky is still in there. I'm like, my girl is still in there. My choice, my pick to win is still in there. Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez. They were all eliminated by Nia Jax as they're all comically hanging over the top rope, and Nia just comes over and dumps everybody over the top rope. So all those bodies that I told you about earlier, 15 bodies earlier in the Royal Rumble, I would have cut that down by half. They all went over at the same time. They all got eliminated at the same time thanks to Nia Jax. This was a terrible spot. This was awful. The reason why this was awful is because look at the fucking bodies. Look at the talent that were in this pile of bodies. Stephanie Vaquer, she wasn't going to win the Rumble, but she's credible enough to give you the illusion that she could win the Rumble. Io Sky, the odds-on fan favorite, the sentimental, heartfelt favorite to win the Royal Rumble in this pile of bodies. Naomi, who lasted an hour last year. Credible. Bianca Belair, who a lot of people had penned to win this thing after a report came out that WWE may be looking at Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley for WrestleMania. Raquel Rodriguez, she's one of the largest women in the match, so just by size alone, she was a credible threat. Not really, but I'm trying to speak positively about her inclusion in this pile of bodies. They all got eliminated at the same time. You eliminated at least 4 of the 5 top contenders for the Royal Rumble here, the Women's Royal Rumble. And when they did that, you look at who's left in the ring. Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Roxanne Perez. Who the fuck is going to win the Royal Rumble? WWE gave the big elimination spot to Nia Jax and had it take place in one instance. And then they left the last remaining 5 women in the Rumble and Charlotte as the predictable winner in the end. Why would you do that? The Royal Rumble should be set up for unpredictability as we go to the Final 4. It should be 4 legit, credible, potential winners. And WWE got rid of all of them for Nia and left Charlotte amongst the final 5 as the clear-cut winner here. At this point, I was already rolling my eyeballs. Bayley wasn't going to win it. She won it last year. Nia Jax is not going to WrestleMania in the main event. She's wrestled both women already. Tiffany Stratton and Nia has been done to death. And Nia and Rhea Ripley just wrestled on Saturday night's main event. Then we got Roxanne Perez. She's from NXT. Does anybody expect WWE to call up Roxanne Perez and give her the Royal Rumble in her first main roster match? When it got down to Charlotte and Roxanne, I was praying that Roxanne was going to win. That didn't happen. And then Nikki Bella. Nobody expected Nikki Bella to even be there tonight, let alone win the fucking Rumble. Nia Jax eliminated all these poor souls. Jax eliminated. Liv Morgan was there too. She was in the Rumble. Final six. Liv Morgan wasn't winning the Rumble. Perez eliminated Julia. Nia Jax was trying to eliminate Bayley. Nikki went to attack, but Jax moved, and Nikki eliminated Bayley. Jax then eliminated Nikki. Perez got a surprise elimination over Nia Jax, which got a big reaction. So not only did she last from position 3 up until the final 2, she eliminated the biggest threat with the most eliminations in the Rumble. Charlotte had a quick little battle here, which was no match for Roxanne. She did the hands on the ropes, and Charlotte dumped her over the top. And the crowd had to watch as Charlotte Flair wins from the number 27 position, wins the Women's 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would say the first 10 to 15 spots in the Rumble, it was a very ordinary Royal Rumble. By the time Jordynne Grace got out there, then we got Alexa, then we got Stephanie Vaquer, we got Julia, we had Bianca in there, we had Bayley in there, we had Liv Morgan in there, Nia Jax was in there, Charlotte was in there, Roxanne was in there, Naomi was in there. I mean, there were some stars in this Rumble. There were some stars. Io was still there. From number 1, Io was still there. Io and Liv still in the Rumble at this point, before Nia Jax eliminated Io. They had some stars. Believable, unpredictable stars. And WWE, in one elimination, wiped that all away. I don't know who produced this Rumble. I'm sure Fightful will reveal who produced what tonight. That elimination spot by Nia Jax was an awful creative move. This Women's Rumble, I want to say, is either top 2, top 3 Women's Rumble when you really boil it down. It's going to be a very subjective thing. It's either top 1, top 2, or top 3. The Women's Rumble could have been so much better if they actually built some intrigue getting down to the final 3, final 4, final 2. They did not do that. They said, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to go and we're going to do Charlotte Flair. Okay. Thanks for coming. But why? Why? I gotta address this first. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. ME3 with a $500 super chat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Punk and Charlotte both got injured long-term and returned to try for a title. Punk goes through multiple rivalries and matches, still loses the Rumble, and will continue to fight for a Mania spot. Charlotte returns and wins the Rumble in swift fashion, but one will have the better story. One works for the fans, while the other works for themselves. That is absolutely... I don't care what else comes in. That is comment of the night and the biggest super chat of the night. ME3, thank you for being inside the OTS venue. We are rocking and rolling with 6,700 fucking people in here, man. Oh, my goodness. Lee Warner, get the fuck out of my chat, bro. Don't you call any one of my listeners drunk, man. Get the fuck out. Ridiculous. Get him out of here, man. That is comment of the night. Thank you very much, ME3. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. I'm fucking excited. We're going to keep the train rolling here. Going to keep the train rolling. That Nia spot ruined the Rumble and made the Rumble very predictable. I was praying for anybody but Charlotte. I would have taken Naomi. I would have taken Bianca. I would have taken Roxanne. I would have taken Nikki Bella to win the fucking Royal Rumble. I would have. Why are people upset about the Women's Royal Rumble outcome? ME3 put it perfectly. CM Punk was out for 7 months, came back, and started a program built from the unintended injury he had in the Royal Rumble last year to not only come back, but have the match of the year, the feud of the year, and show everybody that he's one of the best storytellers, if not the best storyteller in the business right now. He works for what he has. Charlotte comes back, and Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble without having a match, without having to jump through fire, without having any struggle, any adversity whatsoever. It's as if Vince called his son-in-law and said, I need Charlotte Flair to win the Royal Rumble, pal. It's the vibe I got. I guess it's got to remain in the family. Charlotte is the most nauseating talent in the history of WWE. As far as I've been doing this podcast, as far as I've been live streaming, as far as I've been covering pro wrestling, Charlotte is the most annoying, the most frustrating, and the most overpushed and undeserved talent in the entire time I have been doing this live stream and this podcast. People have every right to be upset with the fact that Charlotte came back and won the Royal Rumble the way that she did. It is undeserved. Then you got people, oh, she's the best women's pro wrestler in the world. That is a very subjective thing. That is a very subjective thing. Nobody can really stake claim to being the best at anything. It's a very subjective topic. Let alone Charlotte Flair. I can't remember one fucking title reign that the woman has. She wins it, and just as quickly she loses it. All because WWE is ready to pad her statistics so that she can beat her father's reign and be the biggest and best Flair in the family. Let me tell you something. If Charlotte didn't have Flair as her last name, she would be nowhere. And Roxanne might have won the Royal Rumble. Or Bianca would have won the Royal Rumble. Or better yet, Io should have won the Royal Rumble. Ask yourself this question. Does Charlotte need the Royal Rumble? No. The Royal Rumble is a breeding ground for returns, a breeding ground, and a great canvas, a great foundation for building a new star. There's only certain moments in the history of the company where a return like Charlotte's makes sense to win. That's why we have the Chamber. Now, granted, if she didn't win the Rumble, she probably would have won the Chamber. But the Chamber is less egregious. It's less offensive. Nobody's going to look back and say, oh my God, I don't believe Charlotte Flair won the Elimination Chamber. Who gives a fuck about the Elimination Chamber? The Royal Rumble is the most important match that WWE puts on every single year. To give it to someone who doesn't need it, who doesn't deserve it. I find that to be incredibly frustrating as an avid viewer, as an emotional viewer to the product. There is not a single person watching this stream right now that will be able to give me a credible, sensible, logical explanation as to why Io Sky couldn't win the Royal Rumble, but Charlotte Flair needed it. Why couldn't Io win the Royal Rumble? Don't you think the crowd would have fucking blew the roof off of Lucas Oil Field? 70,000 fucking people. If Io Sky won the Royal Rumble, soon as Charlotte eliminated Roxanne Perez, it was like a pop of a balloon. The entire crowd deflated. Here we go again. Here we go again, all over again. New management, same old shit. I'm not saying Charlotte Flair shouldn't be in a major match at WrestleMania. She's one of the best women that they have in the division from an in-ring aspect. But if you expect me to think Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble is deserved and Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble is the right move, you're absolutely on fucking crack. You're absolutely demented. I knew this was going to happen, and I was ready for it to happen, but I didn't think WWE would be stupid enough to make it that fucking blatantly obvious. So not only did you eliminate 6 fucking women in a spot that should have never been booked, you gave the winner of the Royal Rumble to Charlotte Flair, of all fucking women. The most stacked women's Rumble in the history of 8 years that you've been doing this, and Charlotte comes back and does nothing. Nothing. I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that. That is an awful, 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 awful fucking move. Awful. Awful. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen now. Tiffany Stratton just won the championship. Goodbye, Tiffy time. It ain't going to be Tiffy time no more. You ain't wearing the Patek Philippe. You ain't wearing the fucking Rolex. You're wearing the fucking G-Shock after WrestleMania. It's exactly what you're wearing. Charlotte's here to win everything. Death, taxes, Charlotte Flair winning the women's championship. You wake up the next morning and the fucking sun will shine and Charlotte will win everything that WWE has to offer because she's Charlotte Flair. Gee, I wonder why Mercedes didn't come back to WWE. There's the reason. Not only did Tony Khan offer her a fucking paycheck that she could say no to, she couldn't say no to. She had that looking back at her in the rearview mirror. I'm not going back there. Nothing's changed. This was the most stacked women's Rumble of all time with 2 terrible creative moves. The Nia Jax elimination of those poor souls on the outside. Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. And another thing I didn't like about the Rumble, we're going to go for the trifecta. Having 15 women in the Rumble at the same time was fucking, it was so overwhelming and so unnecessary. We don't need 15 women in there at the same time. The only reason why WWE did that, I'm going to try and make sense of a spot like that. Nobody should be booking a Royal Rumble match with 15 women in it. The men never had 15 men in it at the same time. Why'd the women need it? The only thing I could come up with is WWE wanted to show off and show you that we have the best women's roster in the world. So we're going to throw everybody out there so you can see who exactly we're working with. It's exactly why they did what they did. They did it more of a flex than creatively making sense of it. I enjoyed this Rumble for the most part. Started off slow, it picked up, it was exciting, it was unpredictable. Then Charlotte comes out, and then everything just went downhill. Not going to let the outcome ruin what I thought was a very good Rumble. I thought this was the best women's Rumble in the last 5 years, absolutely. Is it the best? I have to go back and watch those beginning ones. I have to go back and watch some of those earlier ones. I don't know. But this was a good match up until the end. Those 3 instances really knocked off a good amount of points for it being the best women's Rumble of all time. Moving on. Godfather, Mickie James, Kurt Angle, and his daughter were shown ringside. Apparently, they explained that Kurt Angle's daughter was wearing Kurt Angle's Olympic gold medals that he had locked up and sealed for a very long time, I think, since the day he retired or something along those lines. And this is the first time in many, many, many years that he actually brought them out and had his daughter wear them as he sat front row for the Royal Rumble. That was a great spot there. 2 out of 3 falls. DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. I don't know who was excited for this. I think a lot of people kind of brush this off as a non-factor, a non-entity on this show. I hoped for something a little bit more, but this tag team match never really picked up to where I expected it to be. I was thinking, all right, remember those tag team matches that DIY had back in NXT Black and Gold? One of the ones I still remember to this very day, one of the ones I still go back and watch quite frequently is the DIY and FTR tag team title match, 2 out of 3 falls at TakeOver Toronto. Now, I didn't expect that match tonight with the Machine Guns to be better than the one with FTR or the Revival, but I expected at least a Black and Gold like classic. This match was fine. But this match was a TV match, a SmackDown match, that was put on pay-per-view because Triple H wanted to give his boys, DIY, a nice pay-per-view payday in front of 70,000 people. That's it. This match never really kicked into that next gear that we know all 4 guys could go to. It never really got anywhere. Crowd was largely quiet for it. You know, the story itself is there, but it's not particularly interesting. And the crowd is going to react accordingly. That's exactly what they did here today. So this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Tommaso Ciampa pinned Alex Shelley with a knee strike 3 minutes into the match to pick up the first fall. It's very quick. Johnny Gargano tried a slingshot spear. Shelley super kicked him midair. Chris Sabin tagged in, wiped out DIY with a dive. Sabin and Shelley then set up Gargano with their finish, Skull and Bones, to tie the 2 out of 3 falls, 1 fall apiece. DIY hit Sabin with a combo super kick fairy tale ending. Shelley broke up the cover. Ciampa hit Sabin with Project Ciampa, which looked brutal, which is his version of the lung blower for a near fall. Ciampa was hanging upside down in the corner. Shelley suplexed Gargano into Tommaso Ciampa. Sabin followed with a wrecking ball dropkick, and they hit a combo powerbomb blockbuster, and Gargano had the wherewithal to break up the cover. Gargano hit Ciampa by accident, which led to Motor City Machine Guns getting a bunch of double team offense on Johnny Gargano. Then they went for their finish again, but then a hooded man in a black hoodie jumped onto the ring apron, distracted the referee. Angelo Dawkins, who reportedly was seen all day walking around on a crutch, and reports came out indicating that he was injured. He comes out with a crutch, and he attacked Sabin from behind with the crutch behind the referee's back. So Ford was the one who was distracting the referee. DIY hit Meet Them in the Middle. 1, 2, 3. And DIY retains the tag team championships. Street Profits also attacked DIY with that same crutch in the aisleway. They picked up the titles, their music hit, and this barely got any sort of reaction whatsoever. Crowd did not care about this at all. They seemed very confused. They didn't know who to cheer for. They didn't know how to cheer. They attacked both DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. They helped DIY win, who are a heel team. Then they attacked DIY, so it's like, all right, am I supposed to like these guys? Am I supposed to boo these guys? And then WWE asked us to cheer them because they attacked the heels as well. I don't know where any of this is going. I could see this leading to a triple threat or a fatal 4-way for the tag team titles at WrestleMania between Pretty Deadly, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. But at that point, are we going to care? Michael Cole tried so desperately to fill in the blanks, something that Excalibur does never do on commentary, tried to fill in the blanks to try and make sense of this. If Michael Cole needs to jump through hoops to try and explain this to us so that we understand, I'm going to say it's not really a good storyline. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not a good storyline. I expected a lot better than this. I just felt like it was there, and it was another match to round out this 4-match card. Other than that, this was fit for TV and nothing more. Ron Simmons, Rick Steiner, Rob Van Dam, and John Mellencamp were all sitting at ringside and shown on camera. Rob Van Dam got a huge reaction. Rob Van Dam. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do something in ring with WWE this year. Maybe he comes back and wrestles John Cena this year. Who knows? ECW One Night Stand rematch from 2006, maybe. They showed the great vignette for Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes with Papa Roach as the backing theme. Great song, and a great song for a wrestling video package. Glad that they actually went the rock route this time. Ladder match for the WWE Championship as both the WWE proper championship and the Winged Eagle Championship hang above the ring at Lucas Oil Field. This was the best ladder match, one-on-one ladder match that we've gotten in many, many, many years. I don't even remember the last time I thoroughly enjoyed a one-on-one ladder match with anybody. Ladder matches are so overdone, overblown, just nothing more than spot fests, multi-man ladder matches, tag team ladder matches, fucking gauntlet ladder match, whatever the case may be. Ladder matches have become such a staple every single couple of months. It's so overdone and overblown, out of proportion. I don't remember the last time we genuinely had a one-on-one ladder match that meant much of anything. Everybody's trying to outdo each other with fancy moves and flips and dives and fucking nearly kill each other. I can't remember the last time a ladder match really spoke to you. Tonight, this one spoke to us. A lot of the times, the ladder is the star of the match, and the performers are background players. A lot of the times, the ladder is the star of the match, and the performers in the ring, they are secondary to everything else going on with the ladder. How else is the ladder going to be used? How else is the ladder going to fucking nearly kill somebody and end someone's career? What else could they possibly do? Oh, they did a 430 off the fucking ladder. Let's try a 680. Or whatever the fucking case may be. Let's pull out a fucking 30-foot ladder instead of a 15-foot ladder. Let's go through 6 tables instead of 1. Great. You're an idiot who tried to kill himself in a fucking bingo hall in front of 1,000 people. For what? For a cage match rating by the biggest of versions online. Great. Fantastic. Nobody will remember your acts of defiance. Tonight, people are going to remember this because Cody Rhodes is a fantastic storyteller. Kevin Owens is a fantastic storyteller. The hatred, the intensity, the brutality, the violence that we've seen throughout this feud was played out tonight in warfare. And here's the kicker, folks. The ladder was a compliment to Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. The ladder was not the star of the show. Cody and Kevin Owens were the star of the show. The story was front and center, and the ladder was the cherry on top of your ice cream sundae. The ladder was your cherry in your old fashioned. The ladder was your pasta sauce with your meatballs and rigatoni. Any more analogies? Sure. This was a great fucking match. And both of these guys absolutely killed each other in the best way possible. Loved every bit of this. You guys are fucking killing it tonight, man. I don't know how to show my appreciation back to you guys. I just hope that you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out, man. Joe the Show with a $100 super chat. He doesn't even leave a fucking message. He just says, you know what, JD? I love the fucking show. I love what you're doing. Here's a $100 super chat, so I show my appreciation. So, Joe the Show, you're getting another holy shit chant. Unbelievable, man. Fucking crazy. Thank you guys very much for all your support. This was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I hope Cody Rhodes is going to be all right going into WrestleMania season. I hope Kevin Owens is going to be all right going into WrestleMania season because both of these guys fucking killed each other. We start early. Owens slammed Rhodes through the metal hinges of the ladder. The ladder and the metal hinges that connects the innards of the ladder. Cody got slammed through that and they broke. Fucking brutal. Kevin Owens then picked up these metal hinges and started bashing Cody Rhodes with it. He then started choking Cody Rhodes with it. Rhodes fought back. They started to fight through the crowd. So we got a little bit of a barroom brawl in this ladder match. They didn't stay specifically to the ring. They brawled through the crowd. Owens got smashed with a beer. Crowd reacted accordingly. Whoever paid for that $20 beer, I'm sure, is probably punching the sky right now. But I guess maybe in his markdom, he was geeking out that Kevin Owens got hit with his $20 Coors Light. I know I would have been pissed. Basically paying $20 for fucking piss-flavored beer. Or beer-flavored piss. Owens and Cody, they brawled through the crowd. Owens slammed Rhodes on a ladder and set up a ladder bridge that was going to come into play later. Owens then found a mini ladder, and he used this as a weapon. He found the Hornswoggle ladder, and he used it as a weapon. Rhodes started to fight back. He started to use the mini ladder on KO as well. Rhodes tried climbing the ladder, the regular ladder, not the super big Jeff Hardy ladder, the regular ladder. Owens yanked him off, and Rhodes was hanging with the belts in his grasp. He was actually swinging back and forth on the hanger that was holding both of these championships. And Cody, using his body weight, swung himself back over and landed back on the ladder, which was great. So he yanked him off to the KO and then hit a powerbomb on Cody Rhodes. Later on, Rhodes suplexed Owens onto a ladder. Rhodes yanked a rung of the ladder and used it as a weapon. This was brutal. Owens responded by doing the patented dusty jabs on Cody Rhodes. Instead of hitting an elbow, he used the ladder rung that Cody tried to use on him. Owens, at this point in the match, was setting up for a package pile driver. We know the effects of the pile driver from Kevin Owens. He did it to Cody. He did it to Randy Orton, who we haven't seen yet. Cody Rhodes back body dropped Kevin Owens. The ladder is on its side, and the upper portion of the ladder, the tip of the ladder, the very top of the ladder is basically right in position for something dastardly to happen. Cody Rhodes back body drops Kevin Owens out of this package pile driver attempt. And he back body drops KO, and his lower back comes crashing down on the edge of the top of the ladder that is laying on its side. This reminded me of the spot that Drew McIntyre took inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk, where he went for the Claymore kick on Punk, and Punk sidestepped him and moved. And instead of delivering the Claymore to Punk, McIntyre blasted his back on steel steps, and his lower back came crashing onto the edge of the steel steps. That's what it reminded me of. This, the cringe I made watching this. I think my mouth was left wide open for a good 20 seconds watching this. I did not, and nor did anybody in that arena want to be Kevin Owens in that moment. That shit looked like it fucking sucked, and I would not be surprised that man does not fall asleep on his back tonight. There's no fucking way. That was brutal. Brutal. Back body drop on the edge of the ladder. Fucking vicious. Owens got his receipt by powerbomb. I don't know how he got up. He got his receipt by powerbombing Rhodes onto a ladder that was draped over the bottom rope. Owens then set up a low ladder bridge in the ring and put Rhodes through it with a fisherman buster off the ropes. Cody bounced like a fucking basketball off this ladder. First of all, I thought the ladder was going to break. It was more like a trampoline. Fisherman buster on the ladder. Cody bounced up and just flopped face first. to a point where the referee went over, and the look on the referee's face was so fucking worrisome. He was shaking Cody Rhodes as if Cody Rhodes wasn't breathing. I thought he was going to call for the X. I mean, all of this was just fucking scary shit, man. Scary shit. Officials ran over. Both guys are out. Sami Zayn immediately hits the scene. Sami and KO have been teased with some dialogue over the last couple of weeks. Sami has inadvertently hit Cody Rhodes. He's inadvertently hit Seth Rollins with the haluva kick. Kevin Owens has tried to manipulate him. It's all right. I understand why you stood side by side with Roman Reigns. I know you're a good guy. But I know that you and I are best friends, and I know you're going to help your best friend beat Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble so that we can go on to WrestleMania and main event. Not only for the tag team titles that we did a couple of years ago, but this time for the WWE Championship and make history once again as best friends. Sami Zayn was out there to show concern for both individuals. I loved this spot. I thought this was great. It stopped the match momentarily. I thought Randy Orton would eventually show face here. He did not. I'll get to that in a little bit. Sami's out there to check on both guys, showing concern. Owens gets up before Cody does. Nick Aldis is out there. Officials and producers are out there. They stop the match completely. Owens set up for the stunner, but Rhodes countered into a crossroads. Owens then rolled out of the ring. So Rhodes, instead of climbing the ladder, rammed Owens' head repeatedly against the commentary table. Owens came up bleeding. So Rhodes set up something on the announce table. Owens gave him a low blow. Owens went for a package powerbomb or package pile driver on the ladder that was previously set up with the ladder bridge. But Rhodes countered and put Owens through a ladder bridge that was connected from the commentary table to the apron. An Alabama slam on Owens through this ladder bridge, and it folded Owens up like a fucking burrito at Chipotle, and his head was inside one of the rungs of the ladders. He was folded over. I mean, this was fucking crazy. I mean, I didn't know whether to show concern or fucking laugh at how brutal the fucking spot was. It was ridiculous. Zayn immediately went to go check on Owens. He's bleeding all over the place, is Kevin Owens. Rhodes got back into the ring eventually because he vanquished. There's no way Kevin Owens is getting up from this. He gets back into the ring. He climbs the ladder. He takes a sweet fucking time grabbing the titles off the ladder. He sits on top of the ladder, holds both championships up in the air, and Cody Rhodes wins the undisputed WWE Championship. They beat the shit out of each other. I mean, Owens was obviously the heel coming into this thing. I still think that Cody's to blame for everything that happened. But Owens was playing the heel here. And Rhodes was obviously the babyface. After this match, it genuinely made you feel that Owens, you feel bad for Owens. You genuinely felt remorse for Kevin Owens after this thing. It was fucking ridiculous. Oh man, this was a tremendous piece of business. This entire match was fucking great. Loved everything about this. The ladder match was fucking brutal. They didn't try to do anything too crazy. They used the ladder to accentuate the story. They didn't do it the opposite. They didn't use the ladder to be the star of the show. They used the ladder to be a compliment to the overwhelming story that we got for the last couple of months. Fucking tremendous piece of business. Sami Zayn out there obviously is going to play a factor in what's going on. I just don't know how. I expected Randy Orton to help Cody Rhodes retain the championship and stop Kevin Owens from becoming the champion, which would then set up Kevin Owens and Randy Orton going into WrestleMania season. We got some time for that to happen. The story's there. The story is there. Whenever Randy comes back, there's going to be plenty of time from the Chamber all the way to WrestleMania to tell that story. Stages. Patience. I am predicting that when Kevin Owens gets back, and he will be back, hopefully he's not too hurt. I don't know what the diagnosis is. I know that man is not feeling good right now. Neither is Cody Rhodes. But when Kevin Owens gets back, he's going to look at Sami Zayn And he's going to take all his frustration out on Sami Zayn for not helping him win the championship. He just stood idly by and showed concern for both. He's going to blame Sami Zayn for his loss. He's going to take all his frustration out on Sami Zayn, and he's going to face Sami Zayn one-on-one at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto on March 1st. It will be Zayn versus Owens in Canada. The story will take place in Canada where Kevin Owens has Sami Zayn compromised, and then we will see Randy Orton save Sami Zayn, and then we will get Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens building to a WrestleMania match. What happens to Sami Zayn on the road to WrestleMania? I don't know. Who his opponent's going to be at WrestleMania? I don't know. It's the only part I am struggling with. We may end up getting Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania in some sort of stipulation match where Sami Zayn finally vanquishes Drew McIntyre and gets his one win out of his last 11 losses to Drew McIntyre. I have no idea. No idea. But I think we're going to get Zayn versus Owens in Toronto. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, something's going to happen there where Randy Orton's going to interject himself and save Sami Zayn from a colossal beatdown, and then we build to Owens and Orton one-on-one at WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen. I thought this was great. This was fantastic stuff. Men's Royal Rumble. Men's Royal Rumble match. I know this is a very subjective topic right now. I know a lot of people are up in the air about this. They've been vocal about it already. This is the worst Rumble ever. This is the best Rumble ever. Jey Uso sucks. I don't believe Jey Uso won over John Cena or CM Punk or Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre. Whatever the case may be, WWE, A, doesn't care. B, they got you. They got you. They got you because look at the emotion you're showing. Look at the emotion. They got me because I've showed emotion towards Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. Don't like it. For the reasons why I don't like it, you guys don't like Jey Uso winning the Men's Rumble. I get it. They got us. But WWE knows, no matter who won the Royal Rumble tonight, it could have been fucking Ludwig Kaiser. You are going to watch WrestleMania regardless of who won the Royal Rumble. They got you. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make who won? You're going to watch Mania regardless of what happens. Men's Rumble was the best Men's Rumble since 2020. Since Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble. This was the best Men's Rumble in 5 years. Rey Mysterio drew number one. As soon as Rey Mysterio drew number one, I automatically knew who was coming out at number two. Pentagon Jr. drew number two. And that was a great move. I did not see that coming. I don't think anybody predicted that. Penta drew number two. Jey Uso, or Rey Mysterio, rather. I thought Jey Uso was going to draw number one or number two, but he did that last year. Rey Mysterio drew number one and Penta drew number two. Gee, man, Triple H. Triple H being petty? WWE put Rey and Penta in the Royal Rumble number 1 and 2 because it's a statement maneuver. Not only is it, let's get Penta in there with possibly the greatest luchador of all time, but let's get Penta in there at the number 2 position and have him go 45 minutes in the Royal Rumble. And the guy's only been with the fucking brand for about 3 weeks now. 4 weeks. Penta is already in the Royal Rumble, and he lasted 45 minutes in the Royal Rumble. You don't think that's a statement made to Boss Man? You don't think that's a statement to the other place, to the other guys? It absolutely is. Good for him. Good for him. My situation with that is I've said this already. I've said my piece. Their loss is his gain. AEW's loss is Paul Levesque's gain. He's going to book Penta like a mega star because AEW dropped the ball. I love it. More of it. Anytime we can make them look like clowns, good. Hopefully it makes them shape up and get their act together. I doubt it, but that's the case. So when moves like this are made, I laugh at it because it's funny, and they deserve it. Rey Mysterio. Penta. Crowd was into their face-off. Zero Miedo. Rey offered a handshake. Penta shook his hand, pulled him close, did his catchphrase. Rey brought the fight to Penta, and there was a spot where both of them went over the top rope early on before number 3 even came out. It may have looked like Penta eliminated himself as both feet at one point hit the floor, but it was so fast that we couldn't really see. Someone's going to slow it down, I'm sure. There probably are clips floating around on social media in regards to this elimination. By my vantage point, it looked like he was eliminated, but clearly that wasn't the plan, so he stayed in the ring. Referee said, no, only 1 foot. Wade Barrett was screaming on commentary, no, I only saw 1 foot. I got eagle-eye vision. They didn't show no replay, so nobody knows. But somebody, I'm sure, will slow it down and prove WWE wrong that Penta was eliminated. He did get eliminated, huh? Both feet definitely hit. Okay. Chat says it is so. It is so. It's all right. It's his first Rumble. How many Royal Rumbles is Penta familiar with? 0. We're going to let it fly. We're going to sweep that one under the rug. He'll know better for next year. Chad Gable came in at number 3. I like it. I like it. We got this Mexican luchador problem for Chad Gable, so he's in there with Rey and Penta. He worked over both men until Rey dove off Penta's shoulders to dive on Gable, unfortunately landing on Gable's knees. Carmelo Hayes came in at number 4. I'm like, all right. My guy Carmelo's got a nice prime early spot. He'll be the Iron Man. He'll go the distance. He'll be close to the end and accumulate a nice 40, 45-minute run for himself. Gee, was I wrong. He worked together with Gable. 2 heels here against the 2 baby faces. They beat up Rey and Penta. Hayes tried to eliminate Gable, so Gable gave him a German suplex. See what WWE is going for here, man. Another luchador is out there. Santos Escobar. He came in at number 5. So we got Rey, Penta, and Santos in there with Chad Gable. Gee, he's probably having a fucking mental breakdown in there with all the luchadors in there. So he dropped Rey onto the middle rope, and Santos hit his own version of the 619. Michael Cole was frantically screaming, that's Rey's move, that's Rey's move. Penta confronted Escobar. Escobar gave him a Canadian Destroyer, which looked great. Rey gave Escobar 619, tried to eliminate him, but could not get the job done. Otis is out there. Man, Chad Gable, this is not Chad Gable's night, man. He's in there with all the Mexican luchador problems, and now he's out there with big man Otis. The ghost of Christmas past is out there for Chad Gable. Comes in at number 6. Easily takes out Escobar. He went for a caterpillar, but Gable caught him in an ankle lock. Otis slipped out. Gable slapped him. Otis slapped him back, and Otis fucking leveled Chad Gable. Gable then gave Otis Chaos Theory, which always looks impressive. Because of someone's size, such as Otis, it looks even more impressive. Otis popped right back up, and he put Gable in a very Lex Luger-like torture rack. Braun Breaker entered at number 7. The dogs are barking in Indianapolis. He sprinted down the long aisleway. He speared the shit out of Carmelo Hayes and eliminated Carmelo Hayes. Basically, the 2 guys who ran NXT 2.0, both guys were in the main event scene. They were number 1A and number 1B on NXT 2.0 before they got called up. Hayes came out at number 4, and it was already eliminated by number 7. And look who eliminated him. His dance partner in NXT. Now, I said last night, Carmelo Hayes would probably be best served as the Iron Man for this Royal Rumble match. And after losing to Jey Uso on Friday night, he could certainly use a spot like that to really build up his confidence and bring him a little bit closer to the fan base and in the eyes of the fans as someone who we should look at as the future. You can tell where each guy sits in the WWE pecking order. Carmelo Hayes was eliminated in 6 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 4 minutes, by the guy that he basically ran NXT with. Breakker was the one to eliminate him. Why? I don't really understand, and some of you might not even give a shit about Carmelo Hayes. I'm just asking a very logical question because both guys got called up at the same time. This is basically SmackDown's #1 draft pick. Why? Why is there such a discrepancy between Bron Breakker and Carmelo Hayes? I know WWE, is big on both, but they're clearly bigger on Bron. Why can't both guys on separate brands grow at the same time together? Why did we need to eliminate Carmelo Hayes in 4 minutes? I don't really understand that move. I don't really understand that. Tonight was his night to do something substantial, and WWE once again dropped the ball on Carmelo Hayes. I don't know how else to put it. He killed Hayes with the spear, eliminated him. He gave Gable a Frankensteiner, who was already perched on the top rope, superplexed Otis. Braun speared and eliminated Escobar. Akira Tozawa entered at number 8. Now, Carmelo Hayes was walking to the back and in the aisleway when Tozawa was exiting the backstage area and made his way out to the stage. Carmelo was so upset that he got eliminated, he beat up Tozawa in the aisleway, and the officials quickly ran out, and they brought him to the back, making him ineligible, and they said number 8 is not legally entered into the Royal Rumble. I was already getting ready to tweet. I'm like, uh-oh. What does that mean? Are we going to go from 8 to 9 and then just continue the Rumble as is? Because the rumor was, gee, I wonder how The Rock gets involved. We get someone taken out, in this case, Tozawa. We get nobody to replace him. Number 30 hits. Out comes Logan Paul. But then the buzzer goes off again for number 31, and out comes Dwayne. No, we didn't get any of that. I know I wasn't the only one who thought that. They quickly filled that position for number 8. So supposedly, who was streaming backstage? Kai Cenat was backstage. He was streaming Royal Rumble to his millions of fucking followers. I don't really understand the appeal of these streamers, but whatever the case may be. And I Show Speed was sitting backstage in Gorilla. Triple H gets up and he tells him, you got to go out there. I know who to fill it with. You got to go out there. Number 8, there you go. He sends I Show Speed out there, and he's out there. He makes his entrance. He's got his own theme. He runs to the ring. He gets in there. So he joint eliminated somebody. I don't even remember who it was. So I Show Speed helps Bron Breakker eliminate somebody, and he's dancing around. He's got an elimination in the Royal Rumble. Bron Breakker is standing in the distance as I Show Speed is celebrating. The fucking spear that Bron Breakker delivered to I Show Speed, it's on my Twitter page. I retweeted it. This might have been one of the greatest Royal Rumble moments for a celebrity. Might have been the greatest Rumble celebrity moment ever. This was fucking so insane. I mean, this was like a Mortal Kombat fatality, the way he speared him in half. I think half of I Show Speed is still in the ring. That's how ridiculous the spear was. I mean, this kid got speared in fucking half. My God. And I'm not a fan of these streamers. I have no idea what the appeal is for these streamers. I have no fucking clue. I don't know why they're so popular. I don't even know what they do. They're all government plants as far as I'm concerned. But I got to give that kid credit, man. I got to give him credit. He went in there and of all the things, he didn't take just a move. He took a Bron Breakker spear at 23 miles an hour. Can you imagine? I think best spear of all time may end up going to Bron Breakker. That wasn't the only spear he gave in this Royal Rumble. Ridiculous. So he's eliminated. Goodbye. He was tossed by Otis, who gave him a fallaway slam onto the announce table. Oh, he was tossed into Otis, who was already eliminated. He gave him a fallaway slam onto the announce table. This poor guy got fucking killed out there. So not only did he take a fallaway slam from Otis, he took a spear from Braun Breaker. Sheamus comes in at number 9. He laid everybody out. He was almost eliminated by Penta, but Sheamus hit a slingshot tackle over the ropes back into the ring. Big Jimmy Uso, entered at number 10. Jimmy was working on Sheamus. Andrade comes in at number 11. And Penta gave him a superplex. Both of those luchadors went at it. Nice to see them get some shine together. Jacob Fatu comes in at number 12. Michael Cole's dark horse is Jacob Fatu. I think a lot of people thought Jacob Fatu was going to have the mass elimination spot, the Kane spot, the Diesel spot. Comes in number 12. Fatu got Rey and Penta on his shoulders, simultaneously hit them with a Samoan drop. Fatu eliminated Gable, Rey, and Andrade. Though he looked at his work, he admired his work. There was a camera shot that was fucking awesome. I don't know where we go going into WrestleMania with either guy, but Fatu was admiring his work in the distance. You saw the blurry camera, the great camera work. The camera then eventually focused on Braun Breaker, who was just fucking seething and ready to get at Jacob Fatu. Crowd was ready for it. They circled each other, and they never went face-to-face. It got interrupted. So I wonder what's going to happen going into WrestleMania. Is Braun Breaker going to go one-on-one with Jacob Fatu? Is Fatu going to wrestle Solo Sikoa? I don't know. Solo wasn't even in this Rumble. Where the fuck is he? I don't think anybody will complain if Braun Breaker wrestles Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. Ludwig Kaiser. He entered at number 13. He ran to the ring, and then he stopped. He paced back and forth. He said, let me catch my breath after running a little bit down this long-ass aisleway. So he was pacing about. He was taking his time. This was a smart move. He let everybody else do their thing, and then he got in, or he was going to enter the ring when he thought it was best. His strategy did not work. He was eliminated almost immediately by Penta. And Michael Cole sent the word to the back. Is that a record? Is that a new record for the Royal Rumble? And no, Ludwig Kaiser did not break the record for quickest elimination. As far as their statistics are concerned, Santino Marella still owns the record for the quickest elimination. It might be him, Santino. It might be Bushwhacker Luke or Butch, one of them. I think it's Luke. Bushwhacker Luke was like 1 second. Jerry Lawler, I think, might have been quick too at some point. And then Ludwig Kaiser's got to be top 5. Man, I feel for that spot, man. That's awful. Kaiser's been doing some great work, man. For him to get the quick elimination 3-second spot in the Rumble, man, that's a bad night. That's a bad night. I'm sorry. You got to feel bad for him. Not like he was going to win, but I mean, the guy can't last fucking 10 minutes. You got to give him the 3-second spot in and out. Miz entered at number 14. They kept teasing eliminations with Braun Breaker, but he remained in the match. He did his little thing in there, Miz. He did a Hurricane Karana. He tried to gloat that he was in there with all these Mexican luchadors, and he was standing toe-to-toe with these guys who do fancy flips and maneuvers. Fatu took him out with a Samoan drop. Crowd chanted, Fatu! Everybody loves Jacob Fatu. Joe Hendry. Say his name, and he appears. Number 15. He got a very good reaction. He is the current TNA World Champion. They did not let his theme song play. We didn't get him waving his hands in the air. He made his entrance to the Royal Rumble, got in the ring before the guitar solo of his theme hit, which is the best part of his theme. He's in there, number 15. He got a very good reaction. He beat up The Miz. He gave The Miz his finish. And Fatu knocked him down with a big shoulder tackle. Roman Reigns comes in at number 16 after Joe Hendry's number 15. So Roman Reigns is in there. He immediately speared The Miz, eliminated The Miz. Reigns immediately speared Sheamus, eliminated Sheamus. Hendry kicked Reigns low. And then Joe Hendry tried to get his standing ovation finish, which is basically a mix of a chokeslam uranage. And that did not work out. Roman Reigns speared him, and Joe Hendry basically lasted 3 minutes in the Royal Rumble, not even. And he was eliminated by Roman Reigns. I'm surprised that Joe Hendry didn't last longer in the Royal Rumble as TNA champion. Jordan Grace lasted almost 30 minutes last year as TNA Women's Champion. Joe Hendry didn't even last 3 minutes in this Royal Rumble. But he was eliminated by Roman Reigns, which, I mean, I guess you could look at it as, all right, well, he made a Rumble appearance. Great. He didn't last long, but he got eliminated by the biggest guy in the company. The biggest star in the company, Roman Reigns. Fine. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's a cheap way out for Joe Hendry to get eliminated. People will look at it as if it's okay. I mean, but this is TNA. This is TNA's world champion. Can't lasting 3 minutes in the fucking Royal Rumble. I mean, if you're a TNA fan, you're probably fucking pissed off. Not even 10 minutes. No, but he was eliminated by Roman Reigns. What a loser. You don't look at Joe Hendry as a loser. I mean, come on, man. Not even 3 minutes. Whatever, man. Just goes to show you where the partnership really is with WWE and TNA. Sheamus is in the corner watching this. He's watching Hendry go to work. He's watching Hendry do his thing. He's skipping up. And then he got upset. He got upset at what's going on there. So he took his anger out on Jacob Fatu because before Roman eliminated him, Jacob Fatu took him out. And Sheamus got into it with Jacob Fatu. So Reigns and Braun faced off. Braun Breaker speared the ever-living shit out of Roman Reigns. I mean, this was better than the fucking I Show Speed spear. Another one. He just basically cut Roman Reigns in half. I think best spear in the business today, not even close, is Braun Breaker. Fucking crazy. So Braun was quickly eliminated after that by Roman Reigns. But I'll tell you what, man. You know, you may say Joe Hendry got the rub from Roman. Sure. He didn't get his finish on Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker got his finish on Roman Reigns and then was quickly eliminated. So at least he got some rub from Roman. Joe Hendry did not get any rub from Roman Reigns. So Jimmy tried to help Roman Reigns to his feet, but Fatu super kicked Jimmy and then eliminated him. So Roman had no family in there at all. Fatu faced off with Reigns. Crowd was going crazy as the stare down happened. They went back and forth. Reigns hit a spear on Fatu. This is where it gets troublesome for Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre comes out at number 17. Him and Reigns exchanged blows. Fatu jumped in and knocked down Reigns. So now it's a 2-on-1 with McIntyre and Fatu working together. The enemy of my enemy is my friend here. So Fatu's a part of the bloodline, and he's obviously targeting Roman. And anybody that's teamed with the bloodline or is in the bloodline, he's now teaming with them to take out his prime target here in Roman Reigns. Penta tried to get involved. Fatu took him out. Penta went to go sit down in the corner somewhere. Finn Balor entered at number 18. He didn't really come in and do much of anything. Shinsuke Nakamura came in at number 19. Penta leapt off Balor's back and gave Fatu a Canadian Destroyer. Balor threw Penta out of the ring, and Penta is eliminated as he accumulates 42 minutes in the Royal Rumble. That's a statement. Triple H threw him out there at number 2 with Rey Mysterio, had him last 42 minutes, and that is a statement maneuver by Mr. Levesque. Jey Uso yeets his way out to number 20. He eliminates Nakamura. Goodbye. Nakamura, listen, Nakamura's presentation is immaculate. It is pristine. It is perfect. But him as a wrestler, I am bored to tears with Shinsuke Nakamura. AJ Styles is back. He looks great. I don't know what he does at WrestleMania, but he's number 21 here. Styles beats up a few guys. Crowd was happy to have him back. Styles gave Fatu the Pele kick, but Fatu comes back with a big back body drop on Mr. AJ Styles. Braun Strowman comes out at number 22. I was surprised to see Braun Strowman after what we saw last weekend, that Saturday night's main event. Man, he's got super healing powers. This guy took a fucking ass beating. How many Fatu splashes in the corner? How many moonsaults did Braun Strowman take? Had to be 3 or 4 moonsaults on Saturday night's main event. The guy's back. Guy was left a bloody mess. He's back Saturday, and he goes and immediately eliminated Jacob Fatu. We may be looking at Fatu and Strowman for WrestleMania season. Who knows? Fatu started throwing a temper tantrum on the outside. He wiped out the commentary table. Legitimately, everything that was on the commentary table, he wiped everything off the table. He threw the top piece of the commentary off. He took one of the commentator chairs and almost threw it into the ring. I mean, the guy went fucking crazy. Guy was like throwing a Brock Lesnar tantrum out there. John Cena enters at number 23. He's out at number 23. This is his last Royal Rumble appearance ever. Cena eliminated Strowman. So as quickly as he eliminated Fatu, did Strowman, Cena eliminated Braun Strowman. He was almost eliminated by Balor, but he eliminated Balor instead. Strowman was, I don't know what happened out there. It looked like he was supposed to catch Balor, but they mistimed it. Balor landed straight against the mats, and then he was eliminated. Goodbye. Not that Balor was going to factor into anything at all, but he was quickly eliminated, and I'm not really sure if he was supposed to at that point in time. Cena faced off with Reigns. They had a face-to-face, met eye-to-eye. Before anything happened, CM Punk comes out at number 24. He was wearing pink. He channeled his inner Bret tonight. Cena faced off with Reigns, and before anything could happen, CM Punk entered at number 24. Punk, Reigns, and Cena all stood in the ring looking at each other, and the crowd was chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit." Everybody legitimately was on their feet, and they waited until the next guy came out. They did nothing. They all looked at each other. The 4 megastars, the 4 guys, the 3 guys, and the 4th, who I thought were legitimately going to be the final 4. Punk, Reigns, Cena, and Rollins. Rollins entered at number 25, and there was a great shot. You had all 3 of these guys in each corner looking at each other. And then the camera angle looked up at the big screen in the frame, and Seth Rollins' name appeared on the big screen, and out comes Seth Rollins. Everybody's singing his song. This was fucking great. This stare down was fucking epic. If you didn't appreciate this stare down and you didn't appreciate this level of fucking star power at this point in the Rumble, man, I don't really know where you're from. This was great. You don't really see this level of star power in the Royal Rumble either. At the same time, mind you. This was great. Rollins tackled Punk immediately. Reigns and Cena went at it. Styles is still in there. He gets back up. He went after Jey Uso. Dominic came out at number 26. This guy was going to be he drew a number. This is bad luck for Dominic Mysterio. Dominic entered at number 26. He gave Cena a frog splash, the Guerrero frog splash. He went for a vertical suplex on Reigns, and he didn't even get Reigns. He didn't even get a toe of Roman Reigns off the mat. Reigns gave him a Samoan drop. Sami Zayn enters at number 27. He immediately hit McIntyre and Rollins with haluva kicks. Crowd is singing his song well after he made it back into the ring. Zayn went after Punk next, as CM Punk name-dropped Sami Zayn on his way during the build to the Royal Rumble. Damian Priest comes in at number 28. He gave Dominic a chokeslam and threw him out. Thanks for coming, Dominic. At this point, I didn't know who was left. LA Knight comes out at number 29. He went blow to blow with Jey Uso. Obviously, we got the yeet and yeah spot, as they are both crowd favorites. McIntyre plays Zayn on the apron. Jey went after McIntyre. McIntyre moved, and Jey accidentally eliminated Zayn with a super kick. He was saying, my bad oos, my bad oos. He eliminated his boy. So Sami Zayn was eliminated. At this point, I didn't know who was coming out at number 30. I almost forgot that Logan Paul was even a part of the 30. Logan Paul comes out at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. And that is it. That is your field of 30. No Rock. No other major surprises here. Logan Paul hits Styles and Punk with double buckshot lariats. Rollins and Styles get taken out. Priest eliminated McIntyre. And this was one of the most unceremonious eliminations that I've seen in recent memory in the Royal Rumble. I mean, McIntyre was such a big player coming on into this thing. He was factoring into the whole bloodline story. He was targeting Roman Reigns. He was targeting CM Punk. I mean, the guy was dumped by somebody who's not even on the same fucking brand as him, and then they just quickly went away as if nothing happened. What an unceremonious elimination for someone who should have had a bigger play in the Royal Rumble. I am genuinely befuddled, confused as to where Drew McIntyre goes into WrestleMania season. I don't know. If any of you have any logical explanation as to where he goes going into WrestleMania, I would love to hear it. I don't know. After the Royal, I don't know. I genuinely don't know where Drew McIntyre finds himself on the WrestleMania card. I don't. So he's eliminated. LA Knight shoved Paul off the apron. Paul jumps from the apron to the announce table and lands on the announce table. So he went over the top rope. He's on the apron. He gets shoved and then lands on the commentary table. None of his feet hit the floor. So he's still in play. So he's drinking a Prime Energy on top of the announce table. He jumps onto the barricade. He goes from the barricade to the ring steps. So this is his New Day, by the way, wasn't even in the Rumble. We didn't even get a Kofi spot. This Kofi spot went to Logan Paul. Jumps from the table to the barricade to the steps. AJ Styles doesn't see him. I don't know how AJ did not see all of this going around. I don't know how he didn't feel Logan Paul just jumping around him. AJ goes and tries a phenomenal forearm, and as soon as he jumps to the top rope for the forearm, Logan shoves him off the top rope, and he falls to the outside, and he's eliminated. So Logan Paul eliminates AJ Styles. Logan Paul eliminates Styles. CM Punk gets his hands on Logan Paul and gives Logan Paul a GTS. Rollins then super kicked Punk. Rollins then goes to Jey and tries to give him a pedigree. He does. Reigns Superman punches John Cena. Rollins then stomps Cena and then stomps Punk. So everybody just hit big moves. Rollins and Reigns have a face-off. They get face-to-face. They start poking each other in the chest. And Rollins is yelling, "You're not winning the Rumble. You're not getting your title back. You're not going to main event WrestleMania again. You got to go through me." They had an exchange which led to Rollins hitting super kicks. Reigns almost eliminates Rollins, and they're battling on the rope. So they're both near the rope. Punk goes over and eliminates both Reigns and Rollins and dumps them both over the top rope. CM Punk looking down at his work. He eliminates two of the biggest threats in the Royal Rumble. And like an amateur, CM Punk leaves his back open to Logan Paul, who dumps CM Punk over the top rope and eliminates CM Punk from the 2025 Royal Rumble. That it sounds so mentally ill, and I'm even saying that. Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk from the Royal Rumble. What did I say last night, chat, if you watch my SmackDown review? Kevin Owens and CM Punk had a face-to-face. It was very, very, very apparent that WWE gave CM Punk the narrative every week. The week he announced the Royal Rumble, he proclaimed he's going to win it. He's going to main event WrestleMania. He's going to WrestleMania. He's going to win the Royal Rumble every week, no matter who was interviewing him, no matter where he was, what city he's in, what show he was on. I'm winning the Rumble. I'm winning the Rumble. I'm winning the Rumble. If someone says, I'm winning the Rumble every week for the last 4 weeks, kind of sounds like you're not going to win the Royal Rumble. It's exactly what I said last night. And now we're looking at a situation where CM Punk, again, is not going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't know. After this elimination of Punk, things broke down. They got crazy. Punk and Reigns stared at each other. Reigns is mouthing off to Punk. Punk is mouthing off to Reigns. Reigns, by the way, is on his knees, and he's about to get up. Rollins takes advantage here and delivers a fucking ridiculous-looking curb stomp to Roman Reigns and knocks him out. And then him and Punk start brawling. Officials get in between them. Rollins flipped off Heyman, stomped Reigns onto the steel steps. Punk stepped over Reigns and said something to Heyman. I don't know what had happened there. We all thought the favorite was going to come into play. That might be what he uttered. I don't know. He walks away. Reigns is there with Heyman. And we look up in the ring. It's the final three. John Cena, Logan Paul, and Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Logan Paul exchange strikes. Cena got both of them on his shoulders. He tried to do a double AA. Jey slipped out, super kicked Cena. Cena then managed to eliminate Logan Paul. So now we're down to Cena and Jey Uso. Crowd soaked this in for a little bit. They couldn't believe what was going on. I mean, this is going to split the crowd because everybody sees John Cena as the sentimental favorite, but Jey Uso is probably one of the biggest baby faces in the company, next to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. So they go at it. Cena got the better of them going back and forth. He did his usual comeback, 5-knuckle shuffle. He says, this is the last time. Hits the 5-knuckle shuffle. He sets up for the AA. Jey slips out, hits a super kick. Cena avoided an elimination. Jey hits another super kick. Cena hangs on. Jey hits a spear. After more elimination attempts, they both find themselves on the apron. So they both look down. Cena looks down like his doom is staring at him down below. Jey Uso, sense of urgency, he gets up and tries immediately to eliminate John Cena. Cena catches him in an AA. Jey slips out of the AA, back into the ring. Cena's on the apron. He simply shoved Cena. He's seen an opening to shove Cena off the apron. Cena fell to the mat. Cena's eliminated. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Crowd at that point didn't know what to believe because they were in shock. Jey Uso and John Cena, shock. Nobody expected it. John Cena then eliminated and not winning the Royal Rumble as Jey Uso wins the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. Excitement, shock. Nobody believed what we were watching. But I think at the end of it all, WWE, they gave the Royal Rumble to the guy who they feel deserves it the most. All because John Cena is back and retiring. That doesn't automatically qualify John Cena and him deserving to win the Royal Rumble. The tale of two Royal Rumbles. John Cena could have politicked. He could have said whatever he wanted to management. I got to win the Rumble. It's my final year. I want to win the Rumble. I want to main event WrestleMania. It seemingly feels like everything that John Cena has said in recent interviews over the years is legit. He never politicked. He never lobbied to wrestle so-and-so. He never wanted to win so-and-so championship as many times. John Cena wants to do what's best for the company. John Cena, in the late stages of his career, knows the WWE doesn't need him anymore. They're making more money than fucking God right now. They don't need John Cena to do the numbers that they're doing. He knows that. John Cena's just happy to be back. And if John Cena, while he's back this year, can help someone or people, several people, get over with him helping, that's where he's going to find his most value. So before anybody starts getting upset that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, look at it through John Cena's eyes. Do you want John Cena coming back in his retirement year, greedy, selfish, wanting everything and then getting everything handed to him because he's John Cena and he's retiring? Or do you want WWE to make a WrestleMania moment and build new stars with the help of John Cena, who doesn't need a WrestleMania main event or a 17th championship or a Royal Rumble? John Cena at some point will be challenging for number 17. Tonight was not the time to give him the opportunity to go for number 17. No matter who was in the ring. It could have been anybody. It didn't even need to be Jey Uso. It was not the right story to play out at WrestleMania. I stand behind that 100%. John Cena's not going to win the Elimination Chamber either. He's not. John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber is also not going to happen. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes could realistically happen, sure. Do I think that's the right move? No, I don't. I'm sticking to my guns. I think John Cena winning a wrestling match should be the story. And beating Logan Paul at WrestleMania should be John Cena's WrestleMania match. Because the story's right there. Logan Paul's asked for it. Logan Paul's asked for this match for over a year now. At WrestleMania. Money could be made. And John Cena and Logan Paul and the dynamic of his cockiness and him gloating that he's top 5, being that he's only been doing this full time for 2 years. Someone against John Cena's resume. It's a great story to tell. I still do think that Logan Paul and John Cena are each other's WrestleMania opponent. No, I don't think CM Punk and Logan Paul are going to go one-on-one at WrestleMania. No, I don't. That's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. From what we gather here tonight, I'm going John Cena, Logan Paul. I'm going Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And I'm going Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. That's where I'm going for WrestleMania. That, to me, is what I got out of this WrestleMania. I don't know what they did with Drew McIntyre. They eliminated him so quick and moved on from him so quick. I don't even know. I don't know why. But from what we saw, Rollins and Punk are not done. They're not. They'll probably be in the chamber, and neither of them will win. They will cancel each other out. I don't know who gets Cody. I don't. We could get Cody versus Cena, sure. We could get Cody versus Reigns versus Punk, sure. What Rollins does, I don't know. WrestleMania plans are in motion. I appreciate that. I still don't know, and I can't crack the code. None of us can crack the code going into WrestleMania, coming out of the Royal Rumble. We got 2 championship matches on the horizon. Gunther versus Jey Uso, and Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte. The Rock clearly is not wrestling at WrestleMania. As far as I can tell, I don't think he's going to be a part of WrestleMania. So from this point on, until The Rock shows himself, until The Rock presents himself on TV and says, I'm going to be at WrestleMania. He did say, just enjoy the ride The Rock is going to take you on. I don't know. Do we get Reigns and McIntyre? Do we get Reigns and Punk? I could see any one of those 3 matches. Reigns, McIntyre, Reigns, Punk, Reigns, Rollins, I could see. I don't think it's going to be Reigns, Rollins, because who's Punk going to wrestle? Cody? Do they do Cody, Punk, Reigns, Rollins, Cena, Logan Paul? They could go any which direction. They really could go any which direction. I don't know. A lot more questions than answers. Good questions. I don't know. I thought this men's Rumble was great. You didn't like it because your preferred winner did not win. This was a great men's Rumble. Created intrigue. We still don't know what the fuck WrestleMania's card looks like. We got a winner that is clearly deserving of the spot. We got anticipation. We got surprise. We got intrigue. We got some great spots. A proper celebrity elimination and inclusion done right. This was a great Rumble. This was the best men's Rumble since 2020. The women, you guys know how I feel about Charlotte being handed legitimately everything. I thought they could have given that to somebody else. Charlotte could have won the chamber. She didn't need to win tonight. I thought the women's Rumble killed it. Up until Jordynne Grace came in, I thought they were pretty simple. It wasn't really going too good. It was kind of meh. And then Jordan Grace came out. We got the return of Alexa. All those big names came out. Stephanie Becker, Julia, Roxanne Perez had a career-defining moment tonight in her first Royal Rumble. I mean, it was a great Rumble, minus the winner. And minus those two spots. I mean, they had a triple whammy, man. That really took a lot of points off the board. Charlotte winning was just fucking terrible. Nia eliminating all those women at the same time, which basically told you Charlotte was winning from that moment. Awful. And then 15 women being in the ring, in the match at the same time. That should never happen. That should never be. The men's Rumble was better than the women, but both were very good Rumbles, minus the women's winner, which should have been Io. So they gave it to Charlotte. Jey Uso wins. You're not going to like it because he's not your choice. You guys wanted Punk or Cena or Reigns or whoever to win the Rumble. They gave it to Jey Uso. It is what it is. This was a great show. This was a great event. And I thank you guys for joining me here on the podcast, man. We are going to read through your super chats. I appreciate you all very much, man. Let's throw on some music. Tonight, you guys killed it. We had 6,700 people in this chat. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, man. You guys fucking killed it tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. 2,500 likes, guys. We're 79 likes away from 2,500. Is there a possibility we could get to 3,000 likes tonight? If you guys are in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 3,000. You guys have killed the super chats tonight, man. I'm looking at this number, man. I don't believe how much you guys have donated to the stream tonight. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Tonight we're sponsored by my friends over at Magic Mind. I tell you what, man, I have trouble sleeping. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. The high that I feel after a show like this, after a stream like this, man, I mean, I don't go to bed till... I'll end here about 2:30. I won't go to bed till 5 a.m. On nights like this, especially. On normal nights, I have a problem sleeping. But on nights like this, I've been taking Magic Mind and their sleep elixir. This little bottle here. You guys can see it there. When I tell you this stuff works better than anything I have ever taken to fall asleep, I mean that 100%. There's zero melatonin in this. I know a lot of people that take melatonin, a whole melatonin, and they feel like crap when they wake up the next morning, even a half a melatonin. Wake up feeling like crap the next morning. None of that in this. I take one of these, man, I'm out in a half an hour. I've been working with this the last 2 weeks, man, and I tell you, man, I got great sleep. How does it work? No melatonin, non-habit forming, no grogginess when you wake up, and it supports relaxation. How? They got ashwagandha, passion flower, and lavender. Love all that. Love all that. For falling asleep, they got lemon balm, chamomile, and for sleep quality, they have kava and magnesium glycinate. All natural stuff. Magic Mind has real ingredients. It's the world's first gentle, all-natural, non-habit forming sleep aid. And when I tell you it works, bro, it works. Drink one shot 30 minutes before bed. Best enjoyed chilled, but you don't need to drink it cold. We drink everything cold on this channel. I would prefer it cold. I usually just mix it in a little liquid death. And the benefits, they build daily the more you do it. And I want to thank Magic Mind for sponsoring the show tonight. You guys can get 45% off Magic Mind bundles at magicmind.com/JDJAN. Go and get yours today. Link is in the description. And I want to thank Magic Mind for sponsoring the show right here on OTS. Where do we even begin, bro? Oh, my goodness. Gabriel Boss. JD Cody was pinned at WrestleMania 39 and at WrestleMania 49-1. No way Triple H books him to be pinned for a third Mania in a row, even if he faces a red-hot CM Punk. Well, we don't know who Cody's facing. Looks like the Elimination Chamber is going to determine Cody's opponent. Again, we could see The Rock. I don't want to say no. We could see The Rock enter the Rumble, honestly. Or enter the Chamber, being that he did not enter the Rumble. You guys want me to talk about Collision? Collision, look, I mean, Tony was tweeting as if anybody gave a shit about Collision. I think Tony was the only one that gave a shit about Collision. I think Tony was the only one watching Collision. I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings for Collision come in under 100,000. I'm predicting 150,000 viewers for Collision. Did you see Tony today? He was gloating about like the massive increase in viewers that they're doing in the United Kingdom on ITV. Nobody gives a shit, bro. Everybody's watching the Rumble. Nobody cares. Where are those max numbers, TK? Tone C with 23 months. Gonna drink some Gentleman Jack proper tonight and enjoy the Rumble. OTS for life. Thank you, Tone C. Gentleman Jack is my favorite, bro. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. JD and OTS, are you ready, my friends? Let's go. Yeah, that was at 3:45, Michael Krause. Gabriel Boss, huge spoiler tonight, JD. Triple H will play it safe. I don't think he played it safe tonight. I think he gave us exactly what we needed. Story and intrigue. Andy Suppers with 14 months. Royal Rumble pre-drinks now served at JD's bar. Absolutely. You guys were in the fucking chat well before I even sat down. MGM Bolin with a $5 super chat. That was an amazing Women's Rumble. Until that 6 elimination spot, I was so heated. Atrocious ending. Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree. Captain Solo with a $10 super chat. Vince is gone. Same results. These people just can't help themselves. Charlotte looking like a crackhead with AIDS. Totally disgusted right now. Yeah, man, I don't know. Did they replace Charlotte with someone else? I don't know. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Great ladder match. Both men killed each other. Absolutely. King Mo with a $4.99 and a $1.99. Didn't expect Bella at number 30, but I didn't mind Ashley Beth winning. Why are you using her real name? Great showing by Perez. I'll give this show a C+. Also says Jacob Fatu versus Breaker versus Penta. Take my money. Easy with a $5 super chat. Underwhelming Rumble for me. No big surprises. Another safe ending. No Rock. I liked the Seth angle, but besides that, this was another mid PLE. I disagree, Easy. I disagree. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. This Royal Rumble was the epitome of mid. Listen, you guys can have whatever opinion you want. Mason the Legend with a $5 super chat. Terrible ending in my opinion. Should have been Punk or Cena. I disagree. Punk, maybe. Cena, no. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $10 super chat. Triple H is giving us blue balls. No Rock, only Charlotte and Jey Uso as the winners. Elimination Chamber, let's guess. Becky and John Cena. Lame and predictable results. No, I don't think Becky's going to win the Chamber. I think Io maybe wins the Chamber, or we get Bianca winning the Chamber. Joey Taylor with a $5 super chat. Royal Rumble 6 out of 10. Cody, Kevin, match of the night. Jey winning unexpected. I would have given it 7 out of 10 if Charlotte did not win. There's a lot of people heated that Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. You pushing Jey Uso as your WrestleMania main event? Get the fuck out of here. Next year, let's get Marty Jannetty to win it. Who's to say that Jey Uso and Gunther don't open WrestleMania? Why has it got to be the main event? I don't think WWE has plans for Gunther to main event WrestleMania. You guys are thinking way too ahead, man, and getting worked up for nothing. Jey Uso winning the World Championship could be a great way to open the show, just like they did last year. King Mo with a $4.99. Wow, Men's Rumble was super fun. I didn't expect Uso to win. MVP was Jacob. I think it works. Everyone will get N where they fit in, and new feuds will begin. Yeah, we're gonna see things pick up on Monday. Monday's gonna be a big Raw. Prince Petey with the $2 super chat. I told y'all yesterday Jey was gonna win. Hashtag yeets. I don't think anybody seriously predicted Jey Uso to win. I think everybody got that one wrong. Tony Brown, $9.99. I absolutely enjoyed the Royal Rumble, JD. So did I, bro. Beyond the Script with a $50 super chat. Brother, thank you so much, man. Let's hear it for Jey Uso. Love you, JD. Men's Rumble was awesome. I agree. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Jey has worked so hard to get where he is. Well deserved. Absolutely. Ali with 30 months. What a PLE. The Rumble. I was rooting for EO to win the Women's Rumble and CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble. But congratulations to Jey Uso. Don Parker with a $20 super chat. Respect. JD did say that Jey could go over in the Rumble. I just threw it out there. Jason and I talked about it on Tuesday. If anything, Jason's to take more credit than me. But I did say I could see them absolutely ending the Royal Rumble with Jey this year as compared to last year where they began the Rumble. We talked about it on Tuesday. That's why you can't miss Tuesday Night Titans. Can't miss Tuesday's podcast with the Solomon, man. It's the best show in the community. Hate that flat-caked android won the Women's Rumble, but you also called it as a possibility. Much respect, JD, for your insight. OTS for life. Thank you, Don. I'm not here to make fun of anybody's aesthetics, but Charlotte creatively winning the Rumble is a fucking letdown. Big time. Craig with a 21 months. That was not a botch. Jey has earned that moment more than anyone. This is coming from a CM Punk fan. Well deserved. Look how far he has come. Yeet. Black Wolf Inc. with a $10 super chat. I have to say, WWE put on a great Rumble. Didn't have Jey Uso winning, but I saw 3 matchups. Jey Gunther, Cena Paul, and a fatal 4-way for Cody with Punk, Reigns, and Rollins. I also want Charlotte and Ripley 3. Well, how do we, listen. We don't know what exactly is coming at the Chamber. We may get no men's chamber and just get a women's chamber. Maybe WWE's got other plans for the men's title, for the WWE title. I have no idea. I don't know where that leaves Drew McIntyre. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Change is good instead of the same stuff each year. I agree. Black Wolf Inc. with a 5. Tonight also reminded me of all the reasons why I love pro wrestling. I watched through both good and bad times. And the final 6 made me smile tonight. I had a great time. A great time. Michelle with a 5. Not a bad Rumble. Last few minutes made the match. Looking forward to Punk, Seth, Roman for WrestleMania. Probably Cody versus Chamber winner. And who does Drew get at WrestleMania? I have no idea about Drew McIntyre. No idea. Cena says he's going into the Chamber. Okay. There you go. I guess we are getting a WWE opportunity to come out of the chamber. WWE title opportunity. Drew versus Solo. That's not where McIntyre deserves to be. I'm sorry. I would rather Jacob versus Solo. Josh Herman with a $4.99. So I would assume, since she's in the ring and has a new shirt, they worked out her contracts. Get Alexa on TV now. Yeah. Funny how that works, huh? I'm sure there was a contract dispute, and it got settled in the days leading up to the Rumble. King Mo with a $4.99. We get storyline continuation and new feuds. Most of us were wrong. We got Chamber and other ways to get to Cena, Drew, Punk, where they need to be. I'm intrigued. MMK. This win showed us that they want Jey to be the next John Cena. He will be loved by the kids and hated by the old heads down the line. Great moment. But was that really the best move? Not sure. Whatever the move is, it's not going to main event WrestleMania. You guys are blowing shit out of proportion, man. It is there to give someone who deserves a spot the championship for a little bit of time. While it also gets Gunther out of the World Championship picture because it's just not the way it should be, which opens him up to wrestle Goldberg in Goldberg's retirement match. Why do you want Goldberg to wrestle Gunther for the World Championship? They're probably going to use Gunther to put Goldberg over, and that's it. You guys are flipping out for nothing. It pains me to even say what I just said. You guys will be fine. You will be fine. And yes, Cody is the next John Cena. Come on now. Hardcore Kevin with the $2 super chat. JD, please yeet for us and maybe twerk a little. No. No. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $50 super chat. People love Jey Uso because WWE forced us to be hype for him. Just like LA Knight, Jey is mid-level wrestler who will never have more than a hype entrance. There's no growth in the movesets. Very generic. That's why both failed with mid-card titles. Listen, I partially agree with everybody who doesn't agree with his in-ring prowess. I agree. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully when the big stage calls and WrestleMania shines a light on him, hopefully he just lives in the moment. Those Charlotte vignettes in hindsight were a dead giveaway, says the pacifist with the $10 super chat. I refused to. I looked away every time they came on TV. Nauseating pieces of business. Ryan Matthew Russo with a $2 super chat. Rikishi had another son in his pants tonight. Oh, you know that man is going to go on his podcast and proclaim to the world that WWE's creative is the best ever. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Jey Uso is a two-trick pony. An entrance and yeet. Without those, what is he? Seems the only people happy are the hip-hop crowd. Bad booking, Paul. Tribal Chief with an 18 months. Charlotte won. That sucks. Say goodbye to your title, Tiffany, but Jey won. That was a shock. I can't wait to hear what the GOAT says. OTS for life, pal. Thank you, Tribal Chief. Soma BT with a new membership. Jay and Joe Show with a new membership. CRJ 209 with 39 months. He says, Jada Parker, god damn, man. Oh, I know. I know, man. I know. Ryan Matthew Russo. Stephanie Vecker is my favorite, though. Ryan Matthew Russo with a $10 super chat. The entire AW roster watched that men's rumble and then looked over at Tony Khan in the corner being spoon-fed his Gerber and thought to themselves, get me the fuck out of this clown festival ASAP. No matter what AEW does, bro, they are ice fucking cold right now. They are basically the fucking Titanic heading towards the iceberg. It's exactly what they are. Hopefully one day they learn, bro. Hopefully they learn. I don't know what else to tell you. Ali with a 5. Now, do we see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? It is a possibility. It is a possibility. Cornell Bryan with a $4.99. Can we all agree that Punk won't main event a WrestleMania? These last 2 Royal Rumbles were his last chance. Don't forget the Rumble is in Saudi next year. Yeah, I can't imagine Punk is going to be in the Rumble next year. Maybe, which is why they facilitate and speed up his WrestleMania main event this year. Listen, he said it himself. The Royal Rumble is not the only way to get into the WrestleMania main event. He's got another opportunity, and he's going to be given another opportunity. It's not over yet. Blaze, Anime with a new membership. Coiled Phoenix with 38 months. Hey, Tony Khan, please take notes for this show. This is how you run a business. Congratulations to Jey Uso. This win is well-deserved. 1,000%. Hashtag OTS for life. Thank you, Coiled Phoenix, and thank you, Blaze Anime. Phantom 67 with a 17 months. Drinking a Gibson's 18-year-old whiskey. Enjoyed most of tonight except the tag team title championship match. That wasn't bad. It was boring. It wasn't bad. It was just boring. Richie V with a $1.99. Never seen the IWC so divided over a Rumble winner. I don't really give a shit. I said what I said. I said my piece. I had a great stream. I'm going to bed, and you guys can argue amongst yourselves, man. I did my job. Did I entertain you? I did my job. That's all I care about. Jorge Santori with a $9.99. Hey, JD, have my dog in your prayers. She's close to passing, and I'm very heartbroken right now. OTS for life. Jorge, I am sorry to hear that, brother. I would never wish that pain on my worst enemy, man. I'm very sorry, man. Thoughts and prayers from the OTS family to yours. Nicholas with 7 months. I've been going through a lot mentally the last month, and watching you has helped me get through it. You are the best. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate you very much for being here, brother. Chat, we are 150 subscribers away from 166,000. If you guys have not subscribed, if you're in the chat and have not subscribed, man, I would appreciate we get to at least 165,900 tonight. Can we do that? Shout out to my Twitch chat. My VIPs over on the Purple Snake. Thank you. Ron Stoppable with the 200 bits. Thank you, guys. Zachary Finor with a $4.99. Fatal 4-Way, Night 2 main event. McIntyre versus Rollins versus Punk versus Reigns. Who's the champion? Why would that be the main event? Where's Cody? Shane 26 with a $7.99. Hey, Jay, as you're listening to TNT, I decided to put a bet on Jay to win the Rumble, and it paid off. Thank you, boss. Well, listen, man. Like I said, if you're not watching TNT, you're missing out. Mitchell Almond with a 5. It's 1:08 a.m. in Suriname, where I live, and I'm drinking a bottle of Bavaria beer. I enjoyed the show. I think we agree on some things. Cheers, brother. Mitchell. I love the dedication, brother. Thank you. AR Bowling with 9 months. I think we're going to get Seth versus Roman sometime this year. I think if we don't get a Chamber or Mania, we down the road. Yeet. Yeah. I mean, it plays into the story of Seth Rollins. He just wants to stop Roman, no matter where Roman is and how babyface Roman is at this point. He don't care. He wants to stop him. The Phantom Master with a 10. Hey, JD, Luke from Ireland here. Big fan for years after watching your old Mario Kart series. The Luigi and Toad storylines were biblical. Jey Uso is the reason I love wrestling again. Have a Guinness on me. Thank you, brother. Love me a nice Guinness. Man, those Mario Kart videos, man, they got me in trouble more than I care to count. Everybody tends to think that I am something that I am not due to those videos, but they served their purpose back when they were uploaded. English Talent with a $2 super chat. Cannot wait for Jey vs. DIY Night 1. Brilliant long-term booking. Jey vs. DIY? Why would Jey be going up against DIY? I hope you mean Gunther. El Fuen with a 2,500 in Chilean pesos. People in my timeline want Hunter's head for the Jey thing. The rants on their podcasts are going to be pure venom on Sunday. Fuck them. Listen, I don't know how many times I got to tell you, man. I am straight and upfront and honest with everybody, man. If I hated it, I would have told you. I have told you religiously I was not in favor of John Cena winning the Royal Rumble because I don't think that storyline should play out so soon when you have all you to build it up. If Rock was not going to be involved, did I want Punk to win? Yes, I did. They went with Jey. Now we get a ride. An unpredictable one on the road to WrestleMania. Why don't you guys just enjoy the fucking show? Jey's not main eventing. He's not gonna main event. It's a match on a show that has nothing to do with the main event. Nothing. We're not even at the main event stage of the build yet. We have no idea what the night 1 or night 2 main events are gonna be, and everybody's freaking out. Nell D with a 199. Happy for Jey, but him versus Gunther feels meh to me. Fine. You guys can totally feel how you feel. Chris Barcenas with a 1999. Thank you, brother. No message. Ankle break. AJ with his 5. Devil's Advocate. What if it's Jey versus Cody? Cody cheats to beat Jey because of the fan reaction to Jey versus him, which makes Cody a heel in the process. No. I do not see that happening at all. Pizza Roll, you could come back and laugh. Did the World Heavyweight Championship main event WrestleMania last year? The answer is no. It opened the show. WWE would be smart to have a main event on night 1 that bleeds and directly affects night 2. The talent and the story is there to do it again this year. Twisted with the 36 months. Just won my Rumble pool with that Jey Uso pick. Went perfect all night on all 4 matches. Have a great night, JD. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. M. James with a 5. I'm not upset Jey won, but I'm not thrilled either. I'm not the biggest Jey Uso guy, and Gunther vs. Jey again doesn't make me jump in excitement. Mr. Premium with a $9.99. Charlotte just came back, and she already shows us why she is the Kansas City Chiefs of the WWE. Glad she's healed from her injury, but damn. Yeah, it was an awful move. An awful decision. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $10 super chat. Glad to hear you say Jimmy is better in the ring than Jey. I've said it from Survivor Series when Jimmy hit Whisper in the Wind and the Uso splash off the cage to break his toe. He's put in the work lately, man. I wouldn't say he's like leaps and bounds better, but if I'm comparing the two, I'm taking Jimmy over Jey. Joey Taylor with a $5 super chat. John Cena just announced on the post show that he will be a part of the Elimination Chamber match for a world title. Okay. There you go. Maybe we get qualifying matches on Monday. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Roman gets a pop. LA Knight gets a pop. So does Seth and Punk. They all sell merch. What is more special about Jey over the others? Bad decision. I get it. I get it, Captain Solo. You don't like the decision. Fine. Joshua Taylor with a $1.99. What's up, JD? How would you book CM Punk on the road to WrestleMania? I think even after everything we've seen, Punk still gets his main event. Black's Bro with a $4.99. Big fan. What is your favorite Santino Marella match? I don't have one. I don't have one. Don Parker with a $5 super chat. As YouTube just crashed. Appreciate YouTube. Appreciate YouTube crashing on me in the middle of a super chat. Where am I? I don't know. Here we go. Don Parker would love to see AJ Styles and Cena again. One of my favorite AJ Styles sayings ever was beat up John Cena. OTS for life. Yeah, I don't know where AJ fits into the Royal Rumble. I really don't. Or into WrestleMania, rather. Royal Rumble. He was in the Royal Rumble. I'm ready for the fucking Royal Rumble. In bed. Mr. Premium with a $4.99. I'm glad Cena didn't win the Rumble, but wow. I had CM Punk winning. Love the genuine reaction for Jey. Good day, JD. Thank you, Mr. Premium. Michael Rokicki with a $4.99. Jey winning leaves WrestleMania so wide open. I love it. Bold move. How Jey moves, merch definitely factors in my opinion. Yeet Mania, long live Triple H, OTS for life. Yeah, everybody said Triple H played it safe. I mean, but he made a bold decision in having Jey Uso win, but he played it safe. Make up your fucking minds. Edward Liu with a $4.99. Charlotte in the bank is eternal. She didn't need a Rumble win. She can just declare her shot and get one. The Women's Rumble ended up being a waste. I agree. She could have won the Chamber. Arrangements with a $4.99. PW Insider reported that something went wrong with Drew McIntyre's elimination and he was pissed off backstage. I don't know what happened there. I really don't know what happened. Let me see if I can find anything on it. Let me see any of the dirt sheets at this hour if they have anything. Drew McIntyre stormed out of the Royal Rumble. PW Insider reports that there was a situation with McIntyre after his elimination. Per the report, something went wrong with the elimination as once McIntyre got to the backstage area, he was screaming and cursing that someone had to get their moves in at the expense of a number of stories in the match. It was added that they were told McIntyre pretty loudly stormed out of the building and was gone well before the Rumble match ended. It's unclear exactly what the problem was or who McIntyre had an issue with. The fuck is he talking about? I don't know. Damian Priest eliminated Drew. Of all people, Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. Zeno Zero with a $20 super chat. Yeah, it's got to be a work. It's got to be a work. A lot of what is coming off of Drew McIntyre's character, a lot of it is kind of riddled in like work shoot type of situations. Xeno Zero with a $20 super chat. JD, please explain this bullshit. You know, it really is a slap in the face to the women's division when Super Charlotte just comes back and wins. I was crutching big for EO, but as soon as I seen that pyro, I knew it was over. Listen, I explained it the best that I can. WWE just doesn't get it. They don't understand. Hidden Network with a 4 months. I made a good decision lowering my expectations. The ladder match and the men's Royal Rumble was absolutely great. JD, do the yeet. OTS for life. Thank you, Hidden Network. DeMarcus Vaughn with a 5. I was disappointed when Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk. Who do you dislike more, Logan Paul or Dominic Mysterio? Dominic Mysterio, if I had to choose between the two. I actually quite enjoy Logan Paul. Don Parker with a 2. KO's t-shirt was epic. Wish she had gone over. Yeah, that was unlikely, brother. Unlikely. Richie V with a 4.99. People really treating Jey Uso like 2016 Roman Reigns. Never seen so many people turn on a character so quickly. They're angry because A, it's social media and people are retarded. B, their favorite didn't win. And they need to voice their frustration. This is why I said I was coming into this with low expectations. If my favorites and my choices didn't win, I wasn't going to get upset. If The Rock didn't show up, I wasn't going to get upset. I don't mind Jey Uso and Gunther at WrestleMania. I don't. It's better than Goldberg and Gunther. Make out TJ with a $9.99. The whole premise of the Royal Rumble is unpredictability. I don't hate Charlotte winning. I hate the spot that eliminated all your big players. Zero suspense for the last 15 minutes, and she looks babyface. Great. Yeah, that was an awful move. Those 3 big spots, I hated it. Johnny Boy with a 10. Brainbuster and Alabama Slam was the best ladder bump. I think Sammy will confront Cody with KO being off television. And where the fuck is Randy Orton? Triple H, bring back the Viper, brother. I don't know. There is a plan. Triple H obviously has a vision. We don't know what that is. Kenny Clifford with a $20 super chat. I'm glad the men's Rumble was unpredictable. The women's, however, once it came down to the Final Four, was predictable. Keep telling it like it is. JD. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you being here, man. Han with a $10 super chat. Would rather have Flair winning the Royal Rumble than the Chamber. At least Royal Rumble, you got some surprises and anticipation. If it was the Chamber, then it's just a match. Lesser of the two evils. OTS for life. I disagree. I think it should be the other way around. The Rumble is bigger than anything in the year, and I do think that it should be built around new upcoming stars to give them the platform. Charlotte didn't need it. Me Wilson with a $19.99. This Royal Rumble was good. I'm okay with Jey Uso winning the Rumble. Not happy Flair won, but what can you do? And JD, how you doing, brother? I haven't been in the chat. I still watch the show. Keep up the great work. I am okay, me. I am okay. Tired. But I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. Showing up big. DeMarcus Vaughn with a $2 super chat. Why wasn't Austin Theory in the Rumble? It would have been a waste of a spot. DeMarcus Vaughn with a 5. Which chant is the most popular? The yeah chant, the yeet chant, or the yes chant? Yeet is definitely more popular. Is it more popular than yes? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm going to say at this point, no. Maybe in time, yes. Jerry Ramey with a $100 super chat. Thank you again, brother. Hopefully you feel better next week. Wallace, 3 months. Mixed feelings about the Rumble, but at the end of the day, the thing I'm most annoyed with is CM Punk teasing AJ Lee, knowing full and well she wasn't coming in. He didn't tease anything. He said, there's nothing to tease. She's home with Larry. DJ with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Tan May with 61 months. Tan May is the longest running OTS VIP, man. Yeah, Prime Yes chant is more over. I agree. Justin with a 199. Does Cena win the chamber? Because he's in it. No. I don't think he wins it. I think Logan Paul pins John Cena in the Elimination Chamber. Mohammed with a 2. Jey Uso won a Rumble before Punk. He did. Got to deal with it, Mohammed. Andre Benson with a $2 super chat. Was at the Rumble. We lost it when Bliss came out. You guys sounded it. It sounded great. For real, Terrell, thank you again, brother, for the 100 in super chat. Basic with a $9.99. Best Rumble in recent memory. Been loving your takes for years, JD. Keep up the great work, brother. Thank you, Basic. I only strive to deliver the best, man. Anybody that has a problem with it, they have a problem because, A, I speak the truth, and I don't give them what they are looking for. And somehow people are very defiant against that. El Flynn with a 1,000 in Chilean pesos. Happy for Stephanie Vacker. Oh, I am as well. I'm happy to see her anytime she graces my television. Eric Newton with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Phantom, thank you again for the 100. Looking forward to seeing how the story plays out. Road to WrestleMania is looking somewhat familiar. Android, not a fan of Jay, but he is so fucking over. He is. Rome Collector, 84 with the 5. With your knowledge, the matches were very predictable. Flair, DIY, Cody, and Jay. Nobody picked Jay to win. Jay was only a small thought. Everybody was going with either Roman or Punk or Cena. Dustin Weaver with a 10. Just left Indy. What a great show to be at live. No one in the building expected Jay to win. I'm drinking Hennessy tonight. Have a drink on me. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'll have a cold one tomorrow. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a 10. Julia and Io Sky stare down was great, but please give me the beautiful Madness versus the Empress of tomorrow. Yes, no Asuka. No Asuka in the Rumble. Eddie Foster with 32 months. Hey, JD just came back from the Rumble. It was awesome. Everyone here in Indy showed up and showed out once again. Great show. Man, they filled 70,000 people in that fucking stadium, bro. Unbelievable. Major with a 199. Julia got zero reaction. Vaccaro got a huge pop. I guess these indie fans aren't watching NXT, huh? Jeff with a $50 super chat. HAD, so much for The Rock appearing tonight. Do you believe now the final boss character is done for this calendar year? Since I don't foresee him placing himself in the Elimination Chamber for a match with Cody. Missed opportunity by WWE. I don't know. I have no idea. Do I think we'll see The Rock on the road to WrestleMania? I do. I at this point, I'm factoring him out of a wrestling role. Matt Scales with a new membership. Thank you, Matt. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a 10. Nia Big Elimination will be the elimination contenders minus NXT talent unless final transfer call up. Lauren Marie Hutton with a $2 super chat. Knew Cena was going to be in the final two. Ellis with a 20. Was anxiously awaiting your review. JD, love all of your work. Love the men's rumble, but hated the winner. Wishing you all the best, my man. From my wife, Haley, and I. Ellis. Shout out to you and the lovely lady. Thank you, brother. Mono Floyd with 2,500 in Chilean pesos. Hi, JD. Good analysis. As always, thoughts on Stephanie Vaccaro. She is my number one right now in every way possible. She's my pro wrestling crush. Love her. Laura Marie Hunt with a $2 super chat. Triple H, Eva bringing Orton back. Tonight was the night. Eva. Don't mention that name in my presence. Missing Flatbreed with a $9.99. Easy on the criticisms, JD. You'll ruin the narrative that you only criticize the Elite brand. LOL. Great show overall, but the Women's Rumble definitely missed some chances to build new credible threats. I agree. It's amazing. I don't critique WWE. Gee. Do they listen? Joshua Taylor with the $1.99. Seth tried to kill Roman. Holy shit. OTS for life. Yes, that curb stomp was brutal. Michael Evans with the $10 super chat. On my way home from Indianapolis, listening to the best of the best of the best. Love you, JD and OTS fan. People were yeeting in the streets of Indianapolis. It was great. Sorry, not sorry. Yeet. You know, I always have a little bit of FOMO. You know, I wish I could attend these shows and not really have any regrets. But being that you guys supported me fucking unbelievable tonight, and we had almost 7,000 people in the chat, it's tough to walk away from this. I'd love to be there. I'd love to be in Indianapolis. I'd love to be mingling with other creators. I'd love to be walking around at WrestleCon, fucking having fans come up to me. I'd love to go to a fucking bar after the show is over and have a couple of fashions with you guys. Can't do it. Can't do it. Maybe for one of these lesser shows, but a Rumble, a Mania, a SummerSlam, I just can't physically bring myself to do it. It's tough. Glow J with a $2 super chat. Great show. Loved every bit of it. Congrats to all. Thank you, Glow J. Jay Press with the $4.99. Tiffany will beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. Rhea will be the one to lose the title this year. I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't see Charlotte losing at WrestleMania. I mean, look at how easily they gave her the Rumble, man. You know what they're doing. Joe the Show with a $4.99. I don't know if I agree with the winners, but that's what Mr. H called for. Interesting road to Mania. OTS for life. Let's trust the process. Jerry Ramey with 41 months. Enjoy Triple H's booking, but he needs to let go of this Charlotte fixation. Andre Benson with a 5. You're right, JD. We didn't care for the tag team match in the stadium. It was a bathroom break, including me. Got back to my seat before the later match. Or the latter match. Yes. Yeah, I could. You guys sounded it. You guys very much sounded it. Oh, man. My guy, Dr. Evil Genius with a $9.99. He says in quotes... Owens yanked him off. And then he says, "Ayo, son, pause." Oh, my God, man. I'm just visualizing you saying that in your tone of voice, man. Yes, pause. No Diddy. Oh, my God, man. That's hilarious. Can't breathe, man. Oh, my God. Hacky Sack with 24 months. Terrified of the thought of Jay's WrestleMania match, considering his last one versus brother. Otherwise, I felt like tonight's Royal Rumble was meh. Yeah, man, he's going to need to step it up. Sound Waves with a $4.99. Charlotte should... I don't know what you're saying. Charlotte should end eliminated by Nia to possibly save us from a predictability? Charlotte should have been eliminated by Nia. Listen, I would have taken anybody but Charlotte. Sean Plichta with a $4.99. This men's Rumble was weaker than most. I don't agree. Wouldn't have had Jey because he's not main event, but it was better than Cena. He was awful tonight. Yeah, you know, I don't really trust Cena in a major match going 15, 20 minutes. I can't imagine it being as good as previous years. He's obviously shown his age. Stephen Wade with a $10 super chat. I don't get why Triple H went with Jey, and I ain't mad at it. Looks like we're getting Reigns Rollins at WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair winning was bullshit. We don't know really for sure if we're getting Reigns and Rollins. It is a possibility, but we could. We could. Glenn, Big Daddy G, 124, Links with the 199. WWE gave Charlotte the 2014 Batista treatment. Puke emoji. Yep. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Andre Benson, $5 super chat. People were pissed after Paul eliminated Punk. One guy in my section got so mad he threw his drink. Security told him he needed to calm down. LOL. Everybody needs to calm down. Well, I mean, the bald spot on his head shows his age. Goddamn. Listen, man, mine's no better. Mine's no better. But yes. Yeah, Cena's is pretty, it's pretty visible. Johnny Bishop with a 5. I super chatted about Jey winning on Tuesday and getting a big pop in Solo, and JD both laughed. Was still surprised, though. Listen, we mentioned it in passing. We didn't really think they were going to go through with it. That's all it is. We didn't think that they would pull the trigger on it. They did. Lauren with a 2. Elimination Chamber. Cena, Orton, Logan, Punk, Roman, Rollins. Could be. David Thiering with another 20. Another $20 super chat. Apologies if I missed you saying this, Shay. DPW Insiders claiming McIntyre was furious over how he was eliminated as he was screaming backstage about someone having to get their moves in at the expense of the match. Strange. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I mentioned it about 10 minutes ago, David. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm thinking that this is a work. I'm thinking that this is a work. Chef Mac with a new membership. Thank you, Chef Mac. What are you cooking up, brother? Lauren with a 2. Orton shows up on Raw or SmackDown. Cena filming till Elimination Chamber. Orton shows up on SmackDown. Mike 43 with 33 months. Cena said on the post show he must win Chamber and that's what's best for business. He looked pissed. I don't think he wins the Chamber. I don't. Unless we get Cena and Cody and then Punk, Reigns, and Rollins in a triple threat. Maybe. MDH Sports with a 199. When do you think MJF will go to WWE? Whenever his contract is up, he's gone. Alejandro with a 199. 3 Legacies Wrestling. I make my wrestle debut. Good luck, Alejandro. Justin Toner with a 10. Hey, JD, I'm with you. Best Rumble in years. Love the men's Rumble. Love the surprise of Jey winning. Great move. Flair winning stunk, but Roxanne's run made up for it. Cody and KO killed it. Great PLE. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm still sticking with Cena chasing 17 going into SummerSlam. Then listen, SummerSlam is 2 nights, guys. They're going to need a double main event. Why blow through one of your biggest stories at WrestleMania? I'm going Cena, Logan Paul. Going Cena, Logan Paul. I don't know who Cody gets. I really don't. Punk. It's not Reigns. They're not going to do Reigns again. Punk. Punk is the only one that makes logical sense at this point. If The Rock is not wrestling, Punk is the only one. Alejandro with a 199. I've been watching since 22. Hope I wrestle in House of Glory one day. We'll be there waiting for you, brother. Apex with a 199. Rock enters the chamber and beats Cena. I don't know. Justin Toner with a $5 super chat. PW Insider reports that Drew was pissed off backstage. His elimination was apparently botched and he left upset. That would explain the what the fuck of it. I'm going to claim it's a work. Tony Romig with a $10 super chat. Roman wants Seth. Punk Cash is in favor to make it a 3-way main event. Night 1. Chamber, Punk, Seth, Roman, Orton, Drew, Cena. Would fuck Orton get Chamber and Cody? Could be Cody and Orton. I said it on Friday. I said it on TNT too. You know, Randy Orton, we don't know what Randy Orton's going to do. Randy Orton, everybody's thinking Randy Orton's going to come back and attack Kevin Owens. Who's to say Randy Orton's not sitting at home blaming Cody Rhodes for everything that happened? He can come back and attack Cody Rhodes. Caden Whitman with a $5 super chat. JD, yesterday was my 18th birthday. I got to watch a fantastic Rumble, also ending it off with OTS. I love to hear that, Caden. I love to hear it. Thank you. Ellis with a 5. JD, Jey Uso desperately needs a new finish. Something to distinguish him as a solo act rather than his usual 5 moves. Yeah, his spear is weak. The Uso splash is going to be his finish. Rashad Freelove with a $4.99. What do you think about Hendry calling out Cena to finish his 17th story? He didn't last long, but he got a huge pop, and I still believe in Joe Hendry. Absolutely never going to happen. Cena's 17th world title going to be a TNA title? No, thank you. Rafael De Luna with a 2. Favorite Royal Rumble, JD? 1992. Forever and ever will be 1992. Demeter Bullion, my mummy is Jimmy Uso. Daddy is Jay with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Demeter. Timmy No Turner with a $1.99. You surprised Rick? Biggest fan had his daughter win? No, I'm not. The bastard with a $1.99. Can we get fire? Can we fire Def Rebel? Get that trending. Terrible music. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did to Judgment Day's music. I don't believe we got rid of Alter Bridge for whatever the fuck that Finn Balor theme is, man. That is just... I mean... No, thank you, bro. Demeter Bullion, I like my LA Knight boxers and Jesus with a 99-cent. Thank you, Demeter. Thank you. I don't know why we're talking about LA Knight's boxers and what that has to do with Jesus, but thank you. Your 99 cents is not even going to buy me a droplet of foam on my vanilla latte at Starbucks tomorrow. Lauren with a 2. Cena never went over the top rope. Was it just me? Oh, he went over. He went over. My guy Jimmy Fingers with the $20.19 super chat. JD, I know you're exhausted, but I beg of you to make me less angry about the droid winning. Could you give us a soundbite of how her mission statement promo will go when she makes her challenge in 2 sentences?
I am the top girl. I deserve everything. I need the championship for my firmware updates. Whoa.
Vinny with a 1.99. I really hope Punk main events, man. I hope so too, brother. I hope so too, man. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. Don't give up that hope, man. Don't give up that hope. Vinny, thank you, brother. Dulce Creations with a 1.99. 3 Legacies Wrestling Ricardo Rodriguez promotion. Shout out to Ricardo Rodriguez. And Demeter, Triple H, and Jimmy spit in Stephanie McMahon's face with a 99-cent super chat. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what any of that means, man. Seriously. Guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You fucking killed it. 2,700 likes before we get the hell out of here, man. That is crazy. We're 150 away from 166,000 subscribers. And we had 6,700 live tonight. 9 new members. Super chat love like I'd never seen before. Joker face with the 199. JD from song from every Alter Bridge album. I can't name every song on every album, no. If you need songs to go listen to, Pawns and Kings, Fortress, The Last Hero, and Blackbird. Those are your songs to go listen to. Thank you guys very much. Michael with a 2. The Android got me rolling, bro. And my guy, Dr. Evil Genius with a $9.99. Oh, and kudos for the Pure Fusion Collective Roast. They're horrible for a lot of reasons. Your comments had me dying over here. I'm gonna take my Pure Fusion garbage Bed Bath & Beyond Memory Foam Pillow Collective to bed. Thank you guys for a great stream. I appreciate you all very much. Listen, it's late. I'm getting out of here. Thank you for a great stream. You fucking killed it. Number 1 in the community. Nobody touches us at all. Because, as the song says, we are the best of the best of the best. I'll see you guys live on Monday for Monday Night Raw. See you guys later.